Courtesy of Casey, by the way. The Rams have a chance to win the Super Bowl in their home city. What was the first team in NFL history to do that? 215-263-WMMR. We'll go to Carol, see if she knows. Hey, Carol, good morning.
Good morning. Is it the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
And they did it last year.
Oh!
You got it, Carol. Hang on just a second. See, Casey was trying to throw you off, thinking maybe it happened years and years ago.
Yes.
I didn't know it. No, it was last year, and we are going to set Carol up with a $150 Fogo de Show gift card. And you can try new favorites like their fire roasted picana or richly marbled ribeye as part of the full churrasco experience, and pair them with Fogo's extensive collection of South American wines. Make a reservation for Center City or King of Prussia at fogo.com.
Let's change roasted to marbled. Let's take that up.
Marbled. All right, so at the box office, number one, still Spider-Man No Way Home is just killing it. It made $11 million. Followed by Scream, Sing 2, Redeeming Love. The King's Man was fifth. Then you have the 355, American Underdog, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Licorice Pizza, and the top 10 was rounded out with West Side Story.
Hasn't really changed all that much in a couple weeks.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to reiterate the story that Kathy had in the news. Miss USA 2019 and extra host Chelsea Christ died yesterday at the age of 30. Authorities claim that Christ had jumped from a 60-story building at 350 West 42nd Street in New York City at approximately 7:15 a.m. She lived on the 9th floor of the building and was last seen on the 29th floor terrace. Christ's family said in a statement, "In devastation and great sorrow, we share the passing of our beloved Chelsea. Her great light was one that inspired others around the world with her beauty and strength. She cared, she loved, she laughed, and she shined." She was crowned Miss USA and Miss North Carolina in 2019. She was one of 4 black women who held the major pageant titles that year. And on Good Morning America in 2019, Christ had said, "People will comment on our social media and be like, why are you talking about your race? You guys are just 4 amazing women." And I'm like, yes, we are 4 amazing women, but there was a time when we literally could not win. Christ's family continued saying Chelsea embodied love and served others, whether through her work as an attorney fighting for social justice, as Miss USA, and as host on Extra. But most importantly, as a daughter, sister, friend, mentor, and colleague, we know her impact will live on. That's just absolutely tragic.
Was there? And I saw nothing that indicated there was any indication that she was in a bad way or was going through anything.
And that is a refrain we've heard a lot
Yeah.
lately,
Yes.
Steve, which is just terrible that somebody is being eaten up that much inside and nobody knows about it.
Don't want to go on a downer path here, but I was watching a report on the suicide statistics. Safe to say they are at all-time highs. So if you think you have someone in your life, you know what, and you think it's a possibility, reach out or talk to them or do what you can just to let them know that you are connected to them and they're not alone.
I agree. It is too bad that Nick is not here today. Howard Hessmann, who played Dr. Johnny Fever on WKRP in Cincinnati, has passed away at the age of 81. He died in Los Angeles on Saturday due to complications from colon surgery.
So Nick's encounter was not good with Howard Hessmann, though, right?
No, it was not good. And I was wondering if he would have any kind of commentary on this or not. But yeah, he was at Charles de Gaulle Airport.
Right.
And he saw Howard Hessmann and went over and spoke to him. And Howard at that time didn't want to have anything to do with him. Maybe he was busy, I do not know.
He might have been frightened by Nick's huge head.
He may.
Yeah.
A lot of people are scared.
What's going on here?
He was nominated, by the way, for 2 Emmys for his work on WKRP in Cincinnati, which aired on CBS from 1978 to 1982. I loved that show.
As did
I
I.
was a kid.
As did I. In fact, in a little bit of the way, at the beginning I was more into television and film, but I remember seeing WKRP and thinking, that's pretty cool, too.
And I'll bet you it motivated a lot of people to get into our industry.
Though they seldom wore headphones when they were on the air.
No, they didn't.
You're right.
Away. They never did, yeah. In addition to this role, he starred on shows such as One Day at a Time and Head of the Class. And Hessmann also hosted Saturday Night Live 3 times, had recurring roles on Boston Legal and That 70s Show.
We have clips of him from KRP excellent. And clips of him from Head of the Class.
All right, let's go with WKRP. Here we go.
Hey, gonna get to do another one bite the dust.
And not a moment too soon either, babies. That was Queen with their big hit, one that I never particularly cared for, but nevertheless forced to play here on WKRP. This is Dr. Johnny Fever, just doing my job, following the orders of Venus Flytrap. He's just doing Andy Travis' job, while Andy fills in for our sales manager, Herb Tarlick, who's not doing his job.
That's great.
It might be worth going back and taking a look at that with all the time we've been in radio.
Yeah. That is so right out of our business. Everybody doing somebody else's job. I love it. He was probably beaten up on that because at that, Queen had switched. It was a disco feel for them. And at the time, it was like, if you were a Queen fan, you were like,
What is this?
What is this?
Yeah.
All right, here's another one from head of the class. Here we go.
I found Alan in the hall without a pass. He said you were wasting time schmoozing. Why aren't you reading a magazine?
I was about to try a wacky new concept, teaching.
Yeah. That was a good show, too.
I really enjoyed that.
It was a good show.
Yeah.
And then he left, and they brought in, what was it, Kevin?
No, the Scottish comedian.
Billy Connolly?
Yes.
Connolly.
Well,
Right. And, Preston, he's in one of our favorite movies, Howard Hessmann, one of his earliest roles, Billy Jack.
He was in Billy
He's
Jack?
one of the hippies at the Freedom School.
Oh, my
And there's
goodness.
a portion where they're watching like a stage, some guys on stage going, "Hey, man."
Yeah.
He's one of them.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I will have to go back
Go
and
see a
look for
very young
that.
Howard Hessmann, yeah.
He did several films as well. I remember him, Dr. Detroit.
Yes, yeah.
And it's escaping me all the movies that he's been in, but he definitely made his way through films as well. Laverne and Shirley's Michael McKeon, who performed alongside Hessmann in This Is Spinal Tap, by the way, honored the late actor on Twitter on Sunday, writing, "Impossible to overstate Howard Hessmann's influence on his and subsequent generations of improvisers."
Is Hessmann the guy who says, "All right, we have to go wait in the lobby now"?
That's him. Yes,
Yeah,
he was the manager of the real rock stars.
Guys, we'd love to sit around and talk, but we need to go over there and wait in the lobby.
Yep. He said, "The first time I saw him on stage at the Troubadour in '71 with the committee, I saw he was the real deal. He was a friend for 50 years. And Lorraine Newman of Saturday Night Live also posted a tribute to Hessmann, saying, "R.I.P. Howard Hessmann. What great times we had. Great laughs and fun going to see Etta James in Manhattan Beach and Joe Tex at the Parisian Room, staying at your beautiful house in Ramatoul," I guess how you say that. And she wrote, "Oh, God, this hurts." So sad news, but he did a lot of great stuff.
Yes, yeah.
Speaking of somebody who does something great, and I think we have a clip of this as well, NBC's upcoming tribute special to Betty White will feature a new performance of the Golden Girls theme song by Cher. Cher shared a sneak peek of her rendition of Thank You for Being a Friend, the Andrew Gold tune that was covered by Cynthia Fee for the show on social media on Friday. Cher had written, "Every friend is golden." So I haven't heard this yet. So
It's
I'm
very Cher.
interested to hear it. Here we go.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Back again.
Back again.
Your pal and a confidant.
The heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party and invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, "Thank you for being a friend."
Well, all right. I like it.
Does
Good for
she
Cher.
sing deeper now?
She does.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Way down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for being a friend.
NBC's hour-long special, by the way, is titled "Celebrating Betty White, America's Golden Girl," will air tonight with clips and never-before-seen footage that best captures White's irreverent tone, spirit, and impeccable comedic timing that are a hallmark of her decades-long career. So
How old
that's
is
this
Cher?
evening. I don't know. She's got to be in her 70s,
Yeah.
mid-70s, maybe even older.
The work she's had done
Still looks
is
good.
pretty decent. Yeah.
Where is this airing?
NBC, I believe.
NBC?
Yeah,
Okay.
NBC tonight.
I wanna
Yep.
watch it.
A Virginia man has been arrested for drunkenly crashing a car into Taylor Swift's New York City apartment building and trying to gain entry.
Oh, he did it on purpose.
Yes, he did it on
Oh,
purpose. Morgan Mank was arrested shortly after 3 a.m. Thursday after driving the wrong way on Franklin Street in the Tribeca neighborhood where Swift owns a townhouse and several apartments in an adjacent building.
Taylor, I'm coming!
Police said that Mank crashed into one of the buildings and tried unsuccessfully to gain entry. A spokesperson could not confirm reports that Mank told officer that he wouldn't leave until he met with Swift.
All right, then. Bring her down.
Mank was taken to a hospital for an evaluation, later arrested on charges of driving while intoxicated and driving while ability impaired.
Did I meet Taylor?
It wasn't clear. Yes, you did,
Yes,
sir.
you did. She kissed you.
You had a wonderful
She
time.
did?
Yeah.
Said it was the best kiss she ever had.
It wasn't clear if he had an attorney who would comment. So, former Teen Mom star Farrah Abraham opened up to TMZ over the weekend about the trying time that she's had since her arrest earlier this month.
It's been really enervating.
The reality star relayed that she is even moving out of the state of California.
Much to California's delight.
She said, I'm trying to stay positive about it because I was really suicidal this week. Wow.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it got that bad.
That's a pretty serious thing to throw around if she really was. So if I've just had such a hard time dealing with it, I've been working so hard on myself these past 2 weeks since the incident. She claimed that she's also lost dysfunction in the upper right side of her body. I
Then
think
she's regained function.
I think it means yes. Okay, lost dysfunction, right?
Yeah,
No,
so it
I've
means-
lost function.
Right, but if she lost
Dysfunction, then she
she
gained
can,
function.
Yeah,
then
right.
she gained
Hey,
function.
is either a typo or she said the wrong thing.
I think she said the wrong thing.
She said you can't illegally cuff someone, then basically break their arm, tear everything, and
I no longer have a paralysis because of that.
And she said it's like severe.
It is like severe.
I hope I don't have to get neck surgery and a shoulder surgery, and I'm working really hard on my physical therapy.
Whatever they did cured her because she lost dysfunction.
She was arrested for allegedly slapping a security guard at Grandmaster Records on January 15th.
How can she slap?
How can she slap? I mean, seriously.
It's not right.
You'll get in
question,
trouble with
Casey.
security if you go slapping.
How can she slap?
So that's the question.
That's it.
How can she
How
slap?
can she?
She is she a full lawyer now or a circuit
No.
judge?
I think she's a student. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, still.
She got into Harvard by paying.
Yeah, she went to because of Harvard.
It's online Harvard.
Harvard. Friday was a wild night for Cara Delevingne and her best friend Sienna Miller. Page Six exclusively reports that the two were seen, quote, making out at Temple Bar in New York City.
Wow.
The pair and their friends took over a corner table.
Look over there, lesbians.
At the bar on Friday night. And Page Six's source said Delevingne and Miller were together, but that Miller also made out with another friend.
You can't do that.
The source said it was like fluid friends. Sienna made out with this tall guy, and then she made out with Cara. It was like a fun night out.
All right, so if she's kissing Kathy, how does this work when these kind of things? When you're out and you're making out with a girl and she starts making out with a guy, do you insist that she wash off her mouth before she kisses you again?
You know, I'd have like a toothbrush, mouthwash, dental floss. I'm like, here, can you do this really quick before we try to get a free drink?
So this, right? Now, these guys don't need free drinks, but I still think, drinking, having a good time, hey, let's do this. Let's make out.
I've seen that happen, and it works.
Totally.
It works.
Oh, yeah.
People talk about it. It causes a stir, a scene, and everything. So
I used to do it with my buddies. I pretend to make out with them for free drinks.
Yeah.
Delevingne brought one of her dogs along for the ride as well.
She's making out with the dog.
She said it was the source said it was quite the scene. She left her dog unleashed, and it was just running around the bar. It was everything.
One thing.
Is there?
It's crazy. Like it's a full orgy going on over there. Mm-hmm. I loved her as Enchantress. I wish that character would be brought back from the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that was going on. And what
Was
did you
Enchantress
do?
there?
What did you do this weekend? A federal judge resentenced Joe Exotic, Joe Maldonado, to 21 years in prison on Friday, reducing his punishment by just 1 year.
Oh my God.
Despite pleas
We
from
did
the zookeeper for leniency, as he
I'm getting out early.
begins treatment for early stage cancer.
I heard this. I was like, oh, okay, so maybe there's a chance. Like,
Right.
yeah, I guess not.
No. He was convicted in a case involving, of course, Carol Baskin, murder for hire, wearing an orange prison jumpsuit, Maldonado Passage. Still had his trademark mullet hairstyle, but the bleached blonde had faded to a brown and gray. Baskin and her husband, Howard, also attended the proceedings, and she said she was still fearful that Passage could threaten her. She said he continues to harbor intense feelings of ill will toward me.
Carol Baskin.
Yep.
Killed her husband, whacked him. You can't convince me that It didn't happen.
Baskin said even with passage in prison, she has continued to receive vile, abusive, and threatening communications over the past 2 years. She told the judge she believes that Maldonado Passage poses an even more serious threat to her now.
Because he's been stewing.
That he has a larger group of supporters because of the popular Netflix series. So, yeah.
Very popular.
Yep. So he only was cut by
All right.
1 year.
Since they only cut 1 year, they should at least give him the chance to re-dye his hair.
Right. Come on.
Yeah.
Let him do something.
Can't tear the man down completely.
All right, this is a terrible story. I'm going to pass this along. Page 6 reports that Jordan Kashmir, star of MTV's 16 and Pregnant, passed away due to her struggles with addiction. And it gets worse because, listen to this, posting to a GoFundMe page, her family wrote, our daughter Jordan tragically lost her life on January 15th at the age of 26, leaving behind a sweet 6-month-old girl. Addiction plagues many families, and our family was not immune to it. Jordan was always so full of life and personality. She had a way of always making those around her laugh and smile, and her smile was truly contagious. Now, the father of this 6-month-old as well died as a result of addiction approximately 4 months before she died. So this child has no living parents now. Her family wrote, Layla lost her father to addiction at 2 months, and now her mother at 6 months. Her family has to now not only put our daughter to rest, but navigate through starting over with an infant who has lost both her parents in her 6 months of life.
Have you seen the numbers on OD deaths?
No.
Between,
I'm sure
I think the ages of 18 and 34, I think it's the number one cause of death in that age group, which is astonishing.
Is it a fentanyl issue?
Yes. Yes.
Man, horrible. Horrible. All right, something lighter.
Please.
A little more fun. On Saturday, a Twitter user named Eric shared the discomfort that he experienced while watching Kristen Bell's new Netflix comedy thriller, The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window, with his family. And he wrote, just watch Kristen Bell get absolutely railed with my girlfriend and my mom in the same room, meaning a sex scene, okay?
Okay.
So Bell, finding this amusing, replied, ha, sorry, dude. And then joked, you need to apologize to my mom right now. That's what Eric wrote, you need to apologize to my mom right now. So it can get a bit awkward.
I haven't seen that.
In mixed company. I haven't either.
Yeah, now I think I do.
Yeah, I would like to see that. On February 26th, John Mulaney will return to the set of Saturday Night Live to host the show, and this will be for the 5th time, making him a member of the esteemed Five Timers Club. Of course, other hosts in the Five Timers Club include Tina Fey, Alec Baldwin, Tom Hanks, Steve Martin, Scarlett Johansson, and Paul Rudd. There's actually a lot of them now.
Yeah, it's the numbers have spread. However, when he hosts, he takes an active role clearly in writing.
Yeah.
Because the show's quality skips up dramatically.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, he's one of the guys that made that happen. So, the 10th installment of Universal's Fast and Furious action movie series is getting an infusion of muscle. Jason Momoa is in final negotiations to join Vin Diesel and the rest of the starry ensemble cast in what is being called Fast and Furious 10 as a working
We're
title.
expanding our family.
That's right. That's perfect.
Come on down.
Come on.
It's Family Feud.
Things you find in a shower.
Survey says.
Loofah.
Let's see. So let's go to the board. Show me loofah.
The
There you
number
go.
one answer.
Yeah, that's right.
What I expect from my family.
While the plot details are being muffled, the Aquaman actor could be one of the film's villains. Universal has no comment as of now. So, but yeah, he's tailor-made for that.
Absolutely.
He'd fit right into that family.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, Dwayne Johnson was really good in the movies as well. He was at first an antagonist who became an ally. But the movies just keep going. You can't stop them. They're cash cows.
Yep.
And that's it.
Justin Lin, who returned to the franchise with 2021's F9, The Fast Saga, is back in the director's chair.
He's a good director.
Longtime stars Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, Ludacris, and Sung Kang are also returning for the 10th installment. And Charlize Theron, who first appeared in the 8th film, The Fate of the Furious, and returned for F9, is also expected to be back.
No, she's the villain.
Yeah. Diesel and Lin are producing. They're producing.
Family.
They're producing family.
Producing family.
Diesel wanted Dwayne Johnson. Diesel wanted
Shampoo.
Wait a minute. You don't find shampoo in a shower? Of course you do.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Thank you. Yeah.
Colander.
Oh.
Yeah, that's in. No, that's not up there. Diesel wanted Dwayne Johnson to return to the franchise after skipping F9 and
Come on, brother.
and courted him.
Remember that thing he wrote on Instagram, that open letter?
Both privately and
Yeah.
publicly via a letter on social media after a November Instagram post where Diesel pleaded with the former WWE star to come back. Johnson said in a December interview that there was no chance of that, calling Diesel manipulative. The search was then on to find someone
Not manipulative.
who could fill the needed quotient of a star and muscle power. However, because the script is still a work in progress, it is unclear whether Momoa's part is as a protagonist or an antagonist in nature, or perhaps even both. We'll
Maybe
have to
just
see.
a gnist.
Maybe it's just a gnist. Are you pro or anti? I'm just a gnist.
I honestly think Dwayne Johnson would pulverize Vin Diesel. If you see them in the movies together, and obviously they're shooting it to make them look formidable.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, Dwayne Johnson's a mountain.
He is. All right, I think we're ready for clips now, everyone. Home team is more than a story about New Orleans Saints head coach Sean Payton coaching his son's sixth grade football team. It's a movie about family. Yes.
Family.
Here, Taylor Lautner talks about the family behind the scenes.
Family.
Here we go.
So many different families came together for this. It was, the Sandler, Happy Madison family, Payton family, our directors, they're a huge family. So it was a real magical project to be a part of, and I feel super blessed.
Shut the f*** up!
Who knew the word family was
Family.
gonna come that many times in that clip? Home team is out now on Netflix.
I'll tell you what. So Taylor Lautner has fallen into the Sandler production sphere. So he was in the Grown Ups movie.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So and Sandler is incredibly, Case,
Yeah, he's
the
super
same,
loyal,
the
man.
same people
Yep.
pop up in the movies all the time.
Yep. All right, next clip. Here we go. Jack Reacher is back, detained for a murder he did not commit and
Family.
caught in a web of corruption in the new series Reacher.
Mr. Bubble.
In this clip, star Alan Richson discusses his collaboration with the Tom Cruise, who originally played the lead role.
I'd like it to be with the Tom Cruise.
That's what it says here. All right, here we go.
It's just a question of where do we dial in the mystery, the thriller, the drama, the romance, or the levity? There's all these dimensions to him, and tonally, the show could kind of, steer one direction or the other. And we wanted to land in the right place. So it was just a question of authentically, let's focus just on this first. How do we get this exactly right?
I don't give a
Reacher, the show, premieres this Friday on Prime Video.
I'm actually looking forward to it.
Me too.
Because the series of books are very popular. I did enjoy the movies, but Tom Cruise, this guy's so much bigger than Tom Cruise, and the whole idea is that he's very formidable. A guy who just walks into a room and you're like, I don't want to mess with that dude.
By the way, somebody texted in with a clever title for the Fast and Furious 10th film.
Yeah.
Fast 10 your seatbelt.
Thank
you
that.
very much. No, the survey says no.
No, really?
All right. That is this Monday, January 31st entertainment report. I think it's the best ever.
Probably ever, yeah.
I think so.
You know why? Because it was about family.
It was. It was all about family. We are going to take a break. I failed to mention we also have a concert announcement that we will get to in the 8 o'clock hour, it says here, I guess.
Yes,
or
sir.
We're
Nice.
around Bizarre File time or something like that. So that's always good news. G-Love is going to be on the program, and we'll have Nate Beagle, who plays Crow in Mystery Science Theater 3000. There's a live show coming to town this week. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve on 93.3.
McGregor is in talks to reprise his role as ObiWan Kenobi in a series that centers around his Star Wars character for Disney Plus, according to the Hollywood Reporter.
It is ObiWan Kenobi, attorney at law. It's a departure.
That would be.
Yeah. I think you should let him off with time served. Giving you time served.
He's using the Jedi mind trick to sway the judge.
I think you should find him innocent. I'm finding you innocent. I object! There's no way that's legal!
It's totally legal.
Oh, my God.
I think you need to go to sleep. I got to go to sleep now.
That would be...
I would
be
brilliant. I would totally
attorney at law.
This isn't the evidence you're looking for.
Yeah.
Even if you're stone cold guilty, give me a call.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the commercials. Yeah.
Demand Kenobi.
Yeah. And he's licensed in Missouri.
I am.
Yeah.
And even if I'm not, I'll convince them I am.
Yes, that's right.
I'm licensed in Missouri. He's licensed in Missouri.
Better call Obi.
Would he wear a Would he be a cowboy hat?
Space cowboy.
Lawyer?
Yeah.
Type? Oh, my God. ObiWan Kenobi, attorney at law.
Anytime, day or night, even on New Year's Day.
Coming soon to Disney Plus.
Or Life Day on the Wookiee home planet.
No, this could be good. I loved him as Obi-Wan Kenobi. I didn't care for the series of movies, but I thought he pulled it off wonderfully.
He was the thing that kept me watching, and he provided, I believe, the emotional core to those. The second and third movies I really do like. I think they're good. In just tone and... in some way, the distinction between the Abrams movies, the artificiality of the first trilogy was almost too much. It was so CGI'd that it was hard to connect to.
Yeah,
but
everything on the screen was fake.
Yeah.
Except for the people, and even in that case, a lot of like Jar Jar obviously was fake. But there's a big stretch of time where we don't know what happens with Obi-Wan, and maybe they'll fill in that time.
Yeah,
with his law career,
law school,
with this,
passing the bar.
Mr. Kenobi, do you have anything to say? John Houseman.
So anyhow, we'll see when that eventually
he gets
surfaces.
his own judge show.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
This bitch still got my TV. Give the TV back.
He's settling these small claims cases.
This bitch still got my TV.
Oh my God. Oh.
I suggest you return the TV. Give me the TV.
All right, TMZ reports that Davy Chase. Now, I looked her up, and it says she started the ring. She was Samara. She's the psycho.
Yes.
The scary girl.
The girl in the well.
And by the way, turns out she's gorgeous.
Yes, she is.
She was arrested, and she was arrested on a drug possession charge and spent some time behind bars. Yeah.
But she escaped through the television, didn't she?
She did. She managed to get out of it.
I knew we were
through
going
the
that
TV.
way.
But she's had some run-ins. Last year, she was locked up after cops pulled her over for joyriding in an allegedly stolen car.
She was locked up for 7 days.
Is the phone rings after 7 days or something like that?
In 7 days. Yeah, that's when you die. You have 7 days to get your affairs in order before you're... 7 days.
Oh. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. 6.5.
7 business days.
Business days? So that means I get the weekend, too?
Well, it's Monday's Labor Day, so about 8 days. All right, just stay there. I'm going to come over and kill you now.
Yeah, if you could be more specific, it might help in planning. So,
what if I go across the international date line? Let me get back to you.
Coming up soon, we'll be addressing Halloween. But
Yes.
It's a favorite costume for Halloween parties and haunted houses.
Which is the one where you go to where they have a girl who really does the full, clicking and the whole body gesticulation.
Is that Penhurst?
No, it's there's probably one there, but there's one, maybe it's
one
it's the one way out where we always get lost going to.
It's in Bucks County.
Yeah.
I know exactly the one you're talking
but the girl who does...
Fear?
No.
Might be.
Valley of Fear.
It's out kind of in a woodsy area.
It's Grotto of Consternation is the name of it.
Hang on. Chrissy is on the line to tell us about that haunted attraction. And it is Valley of Fear, isn't it? So it's Valley of Fear?
It is Valley of Fear, and the girl who does play the one from The Ring, who was there for a long time. Liz is just a phenomenal singer too. I just wanted to let you guys know.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah, she's incredibly talented.
And she was good. It says you were moving along, she'd move along, and she never sang really, but she
didn't
I'm
sing.
the chick from The Ring, and I'm coming after you.
So her name is Liz.
Yes, Liz.
All right, cool. Thank you, Chrissy. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Cause in 7 days
See ya.
you're through.
All right.
It's not that scary.
I know, it's not
Yeah.
scary when you sing it.
Yeah, right? Wouldn't it be a little less if it were a musical?
I live in a well and my life's kind of hell and I'm coming after you.
My life's kind of hell.
I'm the chick in the well and my life's kind of hell, but I'm a coming after you. In 7 days. 7 days.
In 7 days.
7 days.
7 days. Coming after you in 7 days.
Hey.
The Ring, the musical.
Turn my mic on. You turn his mic off.
I didn't turn it off. I think you might have hit the button yourself there, dude.
Uh-oh.
No, there we go. I just hit that button.
All right.
Wait a second. What's going on?
Wait a
What just
second.
happened here?
Your mic will turn off in 7 seconds. Your mic will turn off in 7 seconds. What? I don't have a mic.
So, what's going on with Lindsay Lohan and the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia?
I'm sorry, I don't kiss and tell.
Mohammed bin Salman is his name.
Hey, Sababin bin Dalbin.
Rumors are... Mohammed bin Salman.
Salbin bin Dagbin. I love you.
Mohammed bin Salman.
What?
Rumors are circulating that the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, who many critics say is a dictator and the real power behind the throne of his father, King Salman, and the perpetually beleaguered Lilo have formed a special relationship of some sort.
Wait, it's a cup of good roast beef?
Some believe that he is a dictator and the real power behind the throne of his father, King Salman. So sources spill that he flies her around on his jets and showers her with presents, even gifting her with a credit card.
Oh, it's a Discover card. It pays you for every purchase.
A rep denies the claim.
What's in your wallet?
What's in your wallet? But sources insist that Lindsay, who has been based partly in Dubai for a few years, is regularly courted by Middle Eastern dignitaries.
I love dictators.
In Saudi culture of late. And
Kim Jong-un, this is Lindsay.
last year declared her intention to make an all-female film dubbed Frame about Saudi Arabian life.
I want to make an all-female version of Steel Magnolias.
It is an all-female. It's already.
God damn it.
If Lindsay is, in fact, good friends with him, she wouldn't be the first Hollywood star to cavort with dictators. Kim Jong-un and Dennis Rodman, Hilary Swank and Ramzan Kadyrov.
Yes.
Steven Seagal and Vladimir Putin are just a few of the reported Hollywood political odd couples. So Lindsay might be... I don't know, tight with Mohammed bin Salman.
Wow.
And yeah, it's pretty wild, isn't it? A former Cape Breton University student says that she regrets not making a formal complaint 3 years ago against a professor who was fired this summer for demanding moose meat, lobster, and sex from a student in exchange for better grades.
In that order?
Moose meat, lobster, and sex.
All right, you don't have moose meat. You don't have lobster.
You got any lobster?
Thanks. All right, look, how about sex?
She said,
Wait, I found some moose meat. Yeah!
She said, I wish I did something back then. I wish I got him fired, Jess Hardy said. Then the situation wouldn't have happened. She was a first-year student and said that Shamal Fernadupal made inappropriate comments and suggested
You're going to ruin the day, Fernadupal.
And her appearance and implied that he wanted a sexual relationship with her, and he would say inappropriate things all the time. Now, unfortunately, as the story goes on, it never gets into the details about the moose meat and lobster.
Well, it's a bizarre
That's what I'm
pecking
most
order.
interested in.
Right, yes. You don't understand.
But they ended up firing this guy because he apparently did.
Was it the moose meat?
To a couple of students. It was the moose meat.
He's there in front of the dean. It was the moose meat, wasn't it? Well, actually, the number 3 on the list here, the sex.
So apparently he wasn't only demanding sex, but moose meat and lobster.
I should have stopped at lobster.
And they fired him. So there you go. That's all I have in the
It's
details.
like he's looking for something to round out the list.
Yeah.
And the sex.
Yeah. Kourtney Kardashian is fighting back against critics who claim that she does no work.
Preston, are you saying she's clapping back?
She is clapping back, Steve. Yep. And she got some blowback after posting multiple shots from her family vacations in Italy and Idaho. I know.
So what's it going to be, kids? Italy or Idaho?
She's only visiting places that start with I.
Yeah.
And Idaho happened to be on the list. In Italy...
Indiana!
In Italy, the Poosh founder partied with her 3 kids, Mason, Penelope, and Rain. Remember Poosh?
I'm sorry, I just pooshed.
Yeah, that's her. Is that her lifestyle brand? Poosh?
Trying to be like Goop, I guess.
Yeah.
Poosh. I just pooshed in my pants.
People who brought you queef and drippy fart.
But she partied.
Poosh, and queef. The award-winning triple line from Kourtney Kardashian.
The Poosh founder partied with her 3 kids nominally for her sister Kylie's 22nd birthday.
With the subtle scent of salmon.
Several other family members were there, as was her ex, Scott Disick, with whom she shares her children, and his girlfriend, Sophia Richie. Now, in Idaho, Kourtney and her kids...
We're going to Idaho, kids!
...hung with her sister Kendall. One social media user commented, "Kourtney, this is why people say you don't work, girl." And she replied, so she clapped back.
She clapped back.
"We all have our priorities, so I'll be making memories with my kids and amazing people while living my life to the absolute fullest." And then a fight broke out between commenters who praised her for prioritizing her kids over at work and others who said, as working moms, they were dedicated to family too. And so Kourtney clapped back again.
So she clapped back at the mothers?
She says, "Who says I'm not a working mom? Because I most definitely am. Working moms can be dedicated, of course. As women, we should be supporting each other for what allows us to be our best, not being so critical and judgmental of each other. We all do things our own way."
Did they counterattack with the clap salvo?
I don't think so. There was not. Underlying her point, she wrote, "A travel diary coming soon."
Can't wait.
On Poosh. And I guess there must be an Instagram account because it says @Poosh. Poosh. Yeah, @Splooge. Splooge. We need to start our own lifestyle brand called Splooge. All right. So anyhow,
well, that's her fight song.
Well, I guess so.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song.
Live it,
To be
girl.
honest, though, following her on Instagram, I don't follow her on Instagram, but I follow her through all the pages of TMZ and all that stuff as I put together stuff for the Hollywood Trash. And to be honest, I've never seen her do anything but vacation.
I know.
Well,
Never.
That's what her job is.
That is her job.
Yep. Well, she's working hard then.
Well, just consult Poosh if you want to find out what she's up to.
Let's talk about the happiest place on earth.
It's magical.
Disney. This is Disneyland, by the way, in Anaheim. And there's a viral video, yes, that is making the rounds of a couple.
Thank you, Kathy. I've been digging around on my phone a lot lately and going into photos and so on. And if you have an iPhone, they have the part that's called For You, and it creates these little memory videos.
It's adorable.
And I sent one to you guys the other day. It was called Memories from BB&T.
Yes.
And so it was like MMRBQ, and there's pictures of all of us together, and it's a little short, minute and a half video, and I sent it to you guys. Well, we have to change that because I knew this was going to happen, and I didn't know that it was official, but I got a text that says BB&T changed their name again.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're calling it the Waterfront Music Pavilion.
The Waterfront Music Pavilion.
According to a text I got, and I knew they were changing it. There's a guy I know named Dave Martino. Dave has called us before when the Tower Theater was bringing down their iconic wording.
Right.
Dave's company takes that. They do signs. They were taking it down. So he was there last week taking down the BB&T
And those things are like 20 or 15 feet tall, by the way.
So is this a generic? Is this based on any business, or is it just a generic name?
I don't know. It sounds generic.
Yes.
Waterfront Music Pavilion.
It kind of sounds like the
large venue near river.
Yeah, maybe the sponsorship wasn't renewed.
I think that's probably what it is. And they don't have somebody who's ponied up the money as of yet. So we'll have to wait and see what that is, because that can turn out to be anything, any kind of business now, you know?
At first, it was what? The Sony Blockbuster E-Center?
Was it before that? Did it have a non-sponsored name? I don't remember.
It was Tweeter
there
for
was
a while.
Tweeter Center.
That was later, because when in the 90s, when I first started going there, it was the
Sony Blockbuster Entertainment Center.
Is that when we called it the E-Center?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It was Sony Blockbuster Entertainment, so we shortened it to the E-Center.
Yep. And I can't remember what the initial name for that was.
Yes. This seems sponsorless at this point. That might change.
Let's see. Yeah, Blockbuster Sony Music Entertainment Center. And then in 2001, the amphitheater was renamed to the Tweeter Center. So, yeah, I guess.
I bought a few TVs from the Tweeter. Remember, there were a couple of Tweeter stores.
Was that after Circuit City or?
Yeah, it was after Circuit City. Okay. Yeah.
But saw, when it was, excuse me, under BB&T, which it was for quite a long time, by far the longest, I think. Saw a lot of great shows there. Oh, Susquehanna Bank Center.
That's it.
That's right.
As well. I don't know in what order. Blockbuster Sony.
Probably height order.
Tweeter, Susquehanna, and then BB&T Pavilion. So a lot of great shows there, a lot of great music. And it leads me to this particular story that I saw this morning. It is a study that was commissioned. According to Spotify data, it was commissioned and analyzed by a place called Pass Me Fast, which I guess has to do with driving. And they have come up with the safest and most dangerous driving songs to listen to.
So when you're driving, I think we all do. Depending on what mood you are, you're going to play the music that matches it. Mm-hmm. Do you tend to go more aggressive when you're driving, or do you tend to be more?
Oh, it depends on the mood.
Okay,
I mean, it doesn't depend that I'm driving or not.
Right.
There are days when I feel like really.
Let's drive this car to the store.
And other days where I'm just happy and relaxed. If I am more in happy, just la-di-da mode, la-di-da-di-da,
bees.
I would have to say that something along the lines of like some Motown classics or something like that.
Yeah.
Would just put me in the I don't care.
Right,
I'm just gonna enjoy this day type of as benign as I can be. I would probably be that.
Yeah. Yeah,
or maybe like 80s pop hits or something like that.
Sometimes I'll put on I'll drive along to Aaron Copland's Fanfare for the Common Man, or just weird, very eclectic weird things. Have you ever had yourself put on something that made you well up while you're driving?
Oh, for sure.
And you had to make sure that you were
I can see okay. By the way, Steve, I have a playlist. I have a Spotify account, and I call it Classical Thunder.
Yeah,
and it's got Mozart and Wagner and Beethoven. It's all the well-known stuff, but it's all contemporary. But it's up tempo.
Yep.
Get
you going.
Beethoven's Fifth is on there.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes I will listen to that.
You think I would imagine that some of those upbeat songs are going to be on the dangerous list.
Yes. So
not just like heavy metal.
Where you get swept up. Yes.
Because sometimes I'm in my car. I'm like, I'm like, oh my God, they're stopping.
Just weaving all over the road.
I'd love to see Kathy in one of those euphoric moments. Driving. That's why you're always afraid of driving off a bridge, because you're listening to happy music.
So I have these. Do you want to hear the dangerous ones first, or the safest ones?
Let's go with the dangerous.
Well, what would Bill like though?
Keep me guessing.
Yeah. All right. So some of these I've never heard. I do not know, or if I have, I do not know the names of them. So bear with me, folks. Right. Number 10, is "Dusk Till Dawn" from Zion.
Not familiar.
Number 9 is "Levitating" from Dua Lipa.
Oh, okay. I do know that one.
These are dangerous driving
That's
songs.
one of the ones where I'm like, dancing.
Yeah.
How does it go?
Well, the one with the baby.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That one. Dua Lipa with the baby, that one,
All right, I know number 8. It's "Bring Me to Life" from Evanescence.
Okay.
I agree. That song, once it gets going, especially in the middle part, the middle 8 as they call it, I'm rocking.
Yeah.
I'm definitely along for it. I'm moving. I'm hitting the gas. Then you have Calvin Harris. "You Give Love a Bad Name."
Is that a cover?
I don't know. Is that a cover of Bon Jovi? Anybody know? Okay, nobody knows. Calvin Harris, "Feel So Close."
What's the Calvin Harris?
So
Okay.
there's 2 of them. You know that one?
That's another one of my woo.
You go, girl. Like that.
Look at my hands are off the wheel.
Yeah, not you go girl. Just like just happy and this is gonna be a great day.
Okay.
I'm getting in the back seat.
These are dangerous songs.
Hey, that's gonna be such a great day!
Party in the back seat.
So I slam into the car in front of me.
Number 5 is "Can't Stop" from Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's ding, 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 ding. So it's very kind of head bobbing, so I could see that.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
Well, I was just singing the melody.
I can. Yes, that's all I know it as.
All right, number 4 is "Take on Me" from A-ha.
Okay.
I do love that song. I was just
It's a
listening
great
to last
song,
week.
but dangerous.
Because you're like belting it out, I feel like.
Dangerous because it speaks to you.
Take on me.
Take on me.
Take me on.
Take on me.
This is it.
I think it's because you try to scream too loud while you're singing along
I
with
know.
it.
Yes.
Or too high, and you can't hit those notes.
And you have to close your eyes to get those high notes.
Yeah.
This list is exactly what I was thinking before you even started reading it.
Really?
Like these type of songs. Yeah.
This is a great freaking song, by the way. They did a great song for a James Bond movie. Over in Europe, they are still tremendously popular.
No kidding.
Yeah.
The only other song I know from them is "The Sun Always Shines on TV." And that's the extent of my AHA knowledge.
That's all you need, man.
But this is a great sign. All right, number 3 of most dangerous driving songs, according to this study that was done, it is "Empire State of Mind" from Jay-Z.
It's a good song. I don't know if that's... it's okay.
It just came out at the wrong time.
Why?
Because they used it against the Phillies
Okay.
when they were in the World Series. But
All right.
it's such a good song.
And then you have "Mr. Brightside" from the Killers.
That's a great song.
Which is... It's a sing-along song.
Yes,
for sure.
absolutely.
So maybe it's part of these or just up-tempo sing-along, make you drive a little faster.
There are a number of killer songs that I would put in that category that are anthemic and that move and that sweep you up.
Then number 1 on this list for most dangerous driving songs is "Hey Ya" from Outkast.
Another one.
Yeah, I wonder if it's this sing along because all right, and
My
then people.
baby don't.
I still hate that song.
I think just because
I always did.
it's fun, it's up tempo, it gets you going,
Yeah.
and maybe you're gonna push on the accelerator a little bit more. You hate that song?
Yeah, remember? Yeah, I always hated it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I know
You
that.
always hated that?
I always hated it.
How?
I can't take it. It bothers me. For
That's
some
funny
reason.
because I
But it is a fun song.
I like it a
get
lot.
that.
Yeah, because it's meant to be that. It's meant to be.
Yeah.
And there's fluff stuff that I just can't stand. That I despise, like moves like Jagger.
Well,
I hate
I
that
love
song.
I'd get into an accident for that
love
song.
it.
You would?
Yeah,
I would.
that
I
would
would
be
get
like-
into an accident to end my life.
I like "Hey Ya," and I could see that one.
But that's
being-
such a weird list. You have like all these 80s songs.
Yeah, it's all
song
over the
came
place.
out last year.
It
like,
is all
So-
over the place.
What
as
would you
far
put-
as, format and feel and decades.
Give me the song you put on that you have to make sure that you're a little bit more, because you know how it affects you when you're driving, and you've got to be a little more attentive to the road and everything. Something that sweeps you up in it.
The song that will absolutely make me drive more aggressively and fast just because it's so energetic is easily "Killing in the Name" from Rage
Yeah.
Against the Machine.
It has that feel.
That's the one, especially towards the end of no, you can't, I won't do what they told me or do what you told me.
Yeah.
I am banging on the steering wheel, screaming at the top of my lungs, and I don't care if it's as cold as it is right now, I'll roll the windows down.
Absolutely.
And just get hardcore with it. So, roast it.
It's roasted.
Yeah.
Same for you, Kathy, right? With this?
This one by far gets me going. So, a few people have texted in that Radar Love
Radar Love has that going on.
Golden Earring.
I'll tell you what else. Sabotage, Beastie Boys.
That's another one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that is easily a screaming white.
When I was explaining to my daughter yesterday, because I was like,
Telling
listen.
her not to dance while she drives.
Well, it's
He's
funny
teaching her to
because
drive right
I'm
now.
teaching her to drive at one point, but then also I played a song and I said, the thing about dancing is like it's kind of like it's like playing a piano where like your left hand is like you're below your waist, and then your right hand is above your waist, and sometimes like you got to just work on what your right hand's doing.
Right.
So because as I was driving, I was just dancing with with my torso, and. But like that's what I do. Like I don't dance with my feet while I'm driving.
Right. Well, I play drums while I drive.
Okay.
So and one of the biggest mistakes, two mistakes I made when I was 16. Okay, so I was very, very fortunate. My parents bought me a car for my 16th birthday. It was a 1964 and a half Mustang. The first year they made
that's
them.
a nice.
So they call it a 64.
Nice
and a half.
car, yeah.
But anyhow, so we had to go to Kentucky to pick it up. My parents bought it. And so my dad and I went, and we were driving back, he and I, in the car, and I'm like, oh, we're in the car for hours together. I'm driving my new car. I'm like, I am going to play him 2112 from Rush. I'm going to turn my dad on to this amazing music that I love. Mistake number one.
Right. Sometimes
Dad
my new favorite band.
did not get it at all.
Man.
And second, I am playing every drum part on the steering wheel while driving.
And he's
at
watching.
16 years old.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there gritting his teeth the whole time. Number one, because he hates the music. Number two, because I'm beating the steering wheel to death. And he just goes, put your goddamn hands on the wheel. I turned off the music and I shut up the rest of the way.
Don't you have any King Crimson?
Do you find that car on Auto Trader magazine? Remember those things?
I don't remember. Back in the day, it had to have been something like
Had
that.
to have been.
Probably, yeah. There weren't any online magazines.
Oh, my God.
There was no online option. So.
Preston, that was a standard. You'd go in and you'd be scouring through the Auto Trade or any of those
Or the
magazines,
newspaper.
or those papers that had all the car ads.
Yeah. All right, so on to the safest safe driving song.
You know what? Case, you can't do it without
No,
really.
you
all right,
can't.
3, 2, 1.
Safe light. Three.
Oh.
Go ahead, Preston. You do it.
3, 2, 1.
Safe light repair. Safe light replace.
And that's safe.
All right, so I'm going to tell you what was probably number one. Loving You by Minnie Riperton.
No, not Loving You by Minnie Riperton. So some of these songs I don't know, and they're not all really ballads or anything like that. Some of them are up-tempo from what I can tell. Actually, I only know one song on here.
Is it the last one?
No, it's the next to last one. So number 10 on this is All of Me from John Legend.
You know that song.
Oh, yeah.
All of me.
See, I know All of Me. Why not take all of me?
It's a John
Can't
Legend
you
ballad.
see?
Yeah.
I'm no good without you.
Imperfections.
Don't listen to her sing it. She's a
Imperfections. No, is it a really big time?
It
sappy
is.
ballad?
Yeah, it is
Okay.
probably maybe the song that.
Isn't the one he wrote for Chrissy Teigen?
Yeah,
right.
maybe.
I know number 9, Mr. Blue Sky from Electric Light Orchestra.
Oh my God, I love that song.
It's a
To
great
me,
song.
that could be a dangerous song because I get swept up in the zeal of that.
It's so
wonderful
happy.
song.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Number 8 is Enough for You from Olivia Rodrigo.
That's a good song.
Which one is that one? That's I only know Driver's License from that chick.
Okay. Number 7 is 7 Rings from Ariana Grande.
Kathy?
That's a
You're a
safe
big
song.
Ariana Grande.
I'm a big. I like Ariana Grande, but I don't know that one
Yeah,
either.
what is that?
I remember when it came out because they made a big deal about it, but I don't know the song.
All right, Press. Here's
just not my jam, man.
You know what the Ariana Grande song that I like a lot is the This Is the One. What is that?
This is what the pop that I see. I don't wanna.
That's it. Yeah, do it.
Yes.
Break free. Yeah, break free. That's it.
Yeah, break free.
Okay.
That is a good song.
Yeah,
It is a good
that's
song.
a good song.
All right, this is that John Legend song.
Right.
What would I do with dizzy.
Every now and
Don't
then,
know
just squeaking
what
one out.
hit me, but I'll be alright. My head's under.
Chili.
All right, then you have number 6 is Dancing on My Own from Callum Scott.
Why
Don't
does
know
that sound
one.
familiar?
Don't know that one. Love Yourself from Justin Bieber.
You know that one.
I know that one.
All right,
Yeah.
sing it.
My mama don't like you, and she likes everyone,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Oh, I like
Huh.
that.
Is that was that written about Britney Spears? That one?
It was maybe about her.
Okay, all right.
It was about somebody.
Right.
And I know the one before that you guys all said you didn't know. Yeah.
Dancing on My Own.
See, I think I'm going to get into an accident in these too because I'm in
Yeah,
my
you're
car.
just a dangerous driver.
Pretending like I
Kathy
can sing.
driving along doing whippets.
Then you have When I Was Your Man from Bruno Mars.
Yeah, it's a ballad.
Is it a ballad?
Yeah.
Okay. Bruises from Louis Capaldi. Don't know that.
I actually probably know that one.
Okay.
There's just a whole bunch of songs that are played and have been played for me in my car by my children. And I'm like, oh, I know that song. I like
Your
that
children.
song. Yeah, my children.
Number 2 is July from Noah Cyrus.
Yeah, that's the follow-up to June.
These are the top 10 safest driving songs. And the number 1.
All right, number 1.
Safest
Drum roll.
driving song is Bad Guy from Billie Eilish.
We were all really excited.
You know,
about
that's
that.
one of my lesser favorite Billie. That's a big song for her, but
Is it?
I like some of her other stuff much more than that song, which is a big hit for her.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the one that's right? Is that it?
Yeah.
know.
It's like her first single,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
I'm the bad guy.
I think I know that one. Well done, Melissa.
You're welcome.
Do it
No one
again,
else is
Miss.
doing it.
Is that the one in the middle where she goes, duh?
Derp.
Duh.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm torn on her. Yes, I see the merit of it, and some of it's catchy, good stuff. But as far as a vocalist, she doesn't put out very much for me personally.
Her range so far that we've seen is pretty. She's in the pocket. However, again, look at her. She did a great Bond song for No Time to Die.
Well, it was really sleepy, I thought.
It's very sleepy, yeah.
But the vocals are. Let's sing a little bit more than that.
Subdivisions in the shopping mall. Subdivisions in the backs of cars.
So anyhow, take it for what it is, for what it's worth. These are for this study considered to be the ones that are most dangerous and safest driving songs.
Yeah.
I don't really have like a driving playlist. I should probably come up with something.
I find myself more often than not. So I'll either have the station on, or else I'll also have just jump in and randomly, like as I'm driving along, call out things to play. Now, what happens is I'll call out something, and if you do it on Apple Music, it will then pick songs from that time period and then follow up what you've requested with similar songs in that vein. And so a lot of times I'll explore, and you'll get some good stuff. But yeah, my driving playlist would be tremendously eclectic. You know what ends up getting played a lot when I drive, Preston, too? From the great REO Speedwagon.
Yeah.
Roll with the changes?
Yes.
Yes. That's a good driving song.
Absolutely.
It's up-tempo. It's happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have that. Got to keep on rolling. There it is.
There it is. Yeah.
Start your car up.
Yep.
Back out at 50 miles an hour.
You know what? Do me a favor, just one time. Just have a metronome playing the entire car ride home and see if that drives you. Actually, you know what? If you did have a metronome, you would have to kind of make up your own song as you were going along, wouldn't you?
Sure.
Yeah.
They won't let
I'm
you
already
buy
making
one
up a
unless you
rhythm
do
in
that.
my head.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that'll entertain you. Who knows? Or you can listen to that. I was going to bring it up earlier.
Oh, man.
Stopped it. But yeah, or you can just lock it into 93.3 WMMR.
Where the hits keep on coming.
And rock on.
Less chatter, more platter, except during our show.
That is correct. It's
You know, my friend,
pretty much all chatter.
She drives in silence. I swear to God. Like, so
She
her-
drives in silence.
her kids and my kids were in school together, and she's like, I don't know anything about your show, and I'm like, that's fine. She's like, I don't listen to anything. Like I literally,
To me, that's so weird.
On the way home from here, I drive in silence.
Okay. Do you?
Yep.
What do you do? The rosary?
You know what? No, you joke. I don't. But when I would go on long drives, sometimes I would do the rosary.
Really?
Because especially when I leave here, like with these headphones on,
It's just too
all
much.
morning. I just
Right.
need, and we talk all the time. Like we're talking off the air too. Like I just feel like it's so much that it's just. I mean, it's a short period of time. It takes me 20 minutes to
Right.
get home, but I don't do anything. I
Right.
will sit in silence.
I call it being talked out when you leave
Yeah.
here, and so I have driven around with listening to nothing, but there are people like Casey is saying who just don't ever listen to anything
Do it
while
all
they're
the time,
driving, and
yeah.
to me that's no,
yeah,
I can't.
I will do that from time to time. Just
Yeah.
have a little bit of serenity in the car, especially if I'm Kathy, if I'm heading from here to somewhere else where there's going to be more
To go talk
engaging and more
again.
talking. I'm not heading home. I'm going to some
Yeah.
kind of an appointment or something like that. Then I will just tune out
Do you ever just put on the metronome?
for a little while. I don't just put on the metronome.
Preston, why did you put on some of that Rush music you like so much? The one that infuriated your father.
Oh. I could now. This would be dangerous to listen to.
Oh,
It would
it's-
lull you to sleep.
I listen to soundtracks fairly often. Different pieces of music from great movies that I love, and I was listening to the Towering Inferno soundtrack for a while.
Why would you listen to that?
John Williams. It's
Oh,
great.
okay.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
no
yeah,
idea.
yeah.
I'm not familiar with
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's never. It's not one of those classic
I
ones
know,
that
I
you
know.
think of immediately. But that's funny.
It's great. Yeah.
Wow.
But it is weird.
Yeah, I haven't listened to a soundtrack. But you're listening to like a score, right?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Okay. That's different than say, the
Theme to Car Wash?
Almost Famous.
Oh, right, right.
Soundtrack
Which is a collection
or
of
Forrest
songs.
Gump or something
Right.
like that. It has all these great songs in it.
Yeah.
There are some really good soundtracks. Forrest Gump is a great soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what has a great soundtrack? I think you would get a real kick out of it. Is Peacemaker. James Gunn uses all sorts of 80s metal and
All right.
and hair bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Guardians has a fantastic
Same deal.
soundtrack.
Same deal.
Hanoi Rocks was featured heavily in the last
Yes.
episode. Yeah.
Huge. And it actually is a bonding band for two characters.
Have you guys turned Jackie onto it? He'd be all
Oh, my
about
God.
that.
He should check it out.
He should check it out.
Yeah, you said Hanoi Rocks, man. That's right in his territory.
I mean, they're quoting and there's tattoos and everything. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Hang on a second, because Rhea's been on hold for a long time. Hi, Rhea. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Rhea. What's up?
Listen, how about Stranglehold from Ted Nugent?
Kathy, could you add this to your list?
This is definitely a driving
this-
song for
Yeah.
sure.
What's up, guys?
Yo, buddy. What you want to contribute here, sir?
Press, you like the Motown, and I think one of the best soundtracks out there is to the movie The Big Chill.
Yeah, excellent. That was an entire story for me. Whenever that came out, was that 85 or 86 or something like that?
That album, that soundtrack was.
That whole every song on that soundtrack is
Heard
really
it through the
good.
grapevine.
It was a number one album. It was
yeah.
it was a hit.
My
album.
Girl.
Yeah.
Natural Woman.
Natural Woman. The
CCR's on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joy to the World.
Joy to the World is on there from Three Dog Night. Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate
Oscar Mayer
it.
Wiener song.
That's on there? You remember when they were all making
No,
dinner? They're singing, I wish there was an
I wish
Oscar
there
Mayer Wiener.
was
I
an
remember
Oscar
that.
Mayer Wiener.
So, a funny thing about that is that something on social media had indicated that if The Big Chill were to come out today, right,
Yes.
so the 2022, if those people were to go back and get together, it would be the class of, and they would be listening to the soundtrack from their graduating year from college.
Right.
They would be listening to the music from 2007, and it would be like Beyonce and
Yeah.
it's pretty
Wait,
crazy.
hold on. hit that again.
If you were to
I was
frame
reading
that
a text message.
If you were to frame that
that movie
to today, so if the people that were getting together today with their old college classmates, it would be people who graduated from the class of 2007. The soundtrack would be like Beyonce and there were a couple of other ones there, but
Cisco.
Interesting.
maybe.
Yeah, 2007 might be a little late. Casey, did you ever listen to the Dazed and Confused soundtrack?
Of course I did. Yeah. I mean, that was
Shame
college
on
for
you.
me.
So I grew up on
Shame on you.
I grew up on Empire Records, and Romeo and Juliet was the big soundtrack for me. But Dazed and Confused was like the one that my brother and I could listen to together.
You know
It
what you
was
might
fun and
like?
still for 'em.
Nomeo and Juliet. Have you listened to some Lawn Gnomes?
It's all Elton John songs.
All right, so hang on. And I use it as winning music. What the mountain is high, the valley is low.
Oh, that's Free Ride.
Free Ride. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on and take a free ride. Free
Is
ride.
that the one that? All right, so I gotta play that because my friend, he was also my roommate my freshman year, but we ended up living in the same house for a couple of years
And became lovers.
We did not become lovers. No, was it that one or is
I
it?
wish you would have become lovers.
They would play the beginning of that song.
Yeah.
Over
Ding,
and
ding,
over.
ding. Right. Yes, it's a good beginning.
It couldn't have been Free Ride. It was. It wasn't that one. It's the one where the two.
Sorry.
There ends up it being like two dueling.
Ooh, let's play Name That Tune. I love this. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Okay, hang on.
Keep going. Keep going.
All right, hang on.
Start from the beginning.
By the way,
I'm trying to.
I love to do this.
Okay.
In fact, there's a song you want to sing the melody to. See if we can figure it out for you.
We will do it.
Call in now.
We have 100% track record.
Do we really?
Not really, but
I love
Okay.
this. My friend, as he's thinking about this,
All right.
my best friend Steve called me up one morning like 6 a.m. on a Saturday. This is when we were in our 20s, and I'm hungover.
Right.
He's like, dude, what is this song that goes, ding, ding, ding. And I'm like, I go, hold on. And I set the phone down, and I thought about 10 minutes, and I figured out what it was.
what was it?
It was a song you would not know. It's from the Tarney Spencer group called No Time to Lose.
Okay.
But anyhow, I love trying to decipher what people are singing. Okay, go for it.
All right. So you got to remember, there's two guitars going back.
They're scissoring each other.
Okay,
Right. Casey's gesturing
All
as if they're scissoring.
And
Right.
it's 70s. Okay.
Right.
Okay, I got that part.
Keep going.
That's it. It's all I can
Wait,
remember.
no. Sing the whole thing.
All right.
Sing the lyrics.
It kind of has a
With your shirt
beginning.
off.
It kind of has a beginning, a little bit like that Aerosmith song, "Sweet Emotion," I believe. Oh my God!
What, is it in the movie?
It's in the movie. It's
Oh wait,
on the
I almost got it.
soundtrack.
Wait, I'm getting it. Count it off though. Play as where it starts because it sounds misleading.
Yes.
The beat that it's counting off. Okay, so you're playing it. Count it off. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Starts on an offbeat.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
All right, Casey, ready? 3, 2, 1. Safe flight repair.
Oh my gosh, I'm so mad at myself.
I almost
dude.
have it.
Have you tried using the Shazam, the Google Shazam version?
Oh, the Siri, yeah.
Morris,
Yeah.
can you do me a favor and just pull the text board up because I'll know the name of it if somebody.
I wanted to get it.
I think I want you to play Sweet Emotion
Oh.
because I think I've. No?
Oh,
Some are
okay.
saying it's "I Just Want to Make Love to You" by Foghat.
It's it. That's it.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yep.
All right, do you have it? Play it.
Yep. There it
Play
is.
it.
Which is a classic R&B song.
Oh, yes. I just want to make love.
Okay, see, I know what you mean. The
Yeah.
guitars were going back and forth. I want to say this is a Robert.
People were getting it. So.
Why were
I
we-
don't even remember why I even brought it up, guys. I have no idea why I
All
brought
right,
it up.
Preston, you
okay.
want to take a spin at these?
Let's see. No, nobody's.
Oh my God! Everyone knows it.
Yeah, these are people checking it. These aren't people that are calling in with to try and test us.
Damn it.
We got some other good soundtrack recommendations. The Crow.
Yes.
Almost Famous.
Mm-hmm. Already said that.
Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Remember the
Steelers
Titans.
Wheel. Oh, Remember the Titans? Yeah.
I think it has a lot of old Motown stuff.
Mhm.
Somebody said Dumb and Dumber is a really good one.
Yeah, like early 90s, it's got like Crash Test Dummies and
Yeah.
It's all right.
Now I want to play a game
Okay.
where we sing a guitar part and you try and figure out his.
Well, we don't have time to now, but we That's Sweet Child of Mine.
Thank you.
Yes,
See?
yeah, there you go.
It's kind of fun.
We can do that.
All right, we'll do
we
it
just can't
another
do it
time.
right now.
All right. Anyhow, we do have to take a break.
All
but
right.
nonetheless, the top safest driving song is Bad Guy from Billie Eilish. The most dangerous driving song is Hey Ya from Outkast, according to this study.
I think this is a very subjective study.
Very much so, sir. All right, we're going to break. We're going to come back. We're going to get to the bizarre file, and we have a concert announcement,
Yes.
too. So stay with us. We'll return with all that.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Ever-loving piss out of each other for about 4 minutes before they finally go their separate ways.
That's a long fight.
It is a long fight.
Is someone in a wheelchair?
It's in Toontown, by the way. There was somebody on a mobility scooter.
Okay, all right.
Kathy, but the fight happens. They start to split up. Then it sparks back up again. Then they kind of split up. Then it keeps going on and on.
I mean, and it's like the Andy Kaufman used to do the intergender wrestling.
Yeah.
They're brawling. Doesn't matter. The dude's beating on the woman.
Oh my God! Wait, so that's okay. I'm just seeing this for the
Kathy,
first time. The guy
fists are
punches
flying.
the woman.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a couple of women beating up. It's just a mess. Where's security?
Not that it's an excuse, but it kicks off. They're having words, and the woman just spits right in this guy's face, and then he slugs her. But I can't figure out who's on whose side.
No, and neither can I.
It's like I'm like, oh, he's hitting her now. I thought she was with him, and it's just who the hell knows what's going on.
And then the woman in the mobility scooter gets up as if she
can walk.
Yeah.
It's a
miracle. This stupid fight between these imbeciles has caused a miracle.
You know what? And there's a moment in this video where the whoever is filming this video, by the way, is laughing the whole time. She's not with them because obviously she would be getting in the middle of this.
And she's up close.
But there's an older woman who gets knocked down to the ground on her back, and you hear the woman filming just laughing her ass off. And I'm like, and you can hear children crying in the background.
Oh my God.
There's a little kid walking around, and it's obviously this is there. I will freely admit, I chuckled a few times, but the really tragic part of this here is this little kid is watching these adults do this and walking around with his hands up like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Even a kid can't figure it out.
And he taps, I guess, who is his mother. Like, hello, I'm here. Obviously he needs attention. He's upset too.
And all the while in the background, you have the delightfully colored Toontown.
Oh, my God.
Happy place.
Listen, I understand that things can go awry anywhere, and somebody can have a bad day, and something can trigger. But if you can have the presence of mind to be aware of where you are, right then and there, you're in Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. Come on, look around you, see where you are. Shut up. But some people are just... some people are just a-holes.
It just kills me in this one because there was another one, Preston. I forget it was at like a kids park. It was like an amusement park. It very well may have been Disney World. And this one's great because the woman in the mobility scooter in that one, Kathy, she doesn't get up, but she starts using her mobility scooter to join the fight.
Oh,
She's
wow.
backing up and ramming the brawling people.
So apparently this one, they're all in the same family. They're all related.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
So this is an ongoing investigation. No arrests have been made, but there was infighting that had begun outside of the park, and the fight just continued inside the park. No arrests. They all knew each other.
Ridiculous.
Well, not yet anyway, Case. They said the investigation's ongoing. But
After they viewed the video, now they're looking at potentially.
Because then that guy goes on.
Everything. I saw it all. It's a mess.
But then the guy goes on to slap another woman and take her to the ground.
Kathy, he doesn't just slap her. I mean, and this is horrifying, but he gives her a haymaker.
Just some unwritten rules, right? Like
protocol.
Yeah, protocol.
You
and all
don't
that sort of
fire on someone else's bitch.
No, you don't.
Not in Toontown.
Not in Toontown, man. You take that to Epcot.
I think, Casey, of your story at the 4th of July parade all
That's
the time.
exactly what I was thinking.
And the bending down and addressing them as a father to kids who needed to be addressed by their father. But like you get in that mentality sometimes, and this is a place where that can happen.
You can have an Independence Day from life.
Oh, I totally understand.
I'm gonna make you independent of your life.
But on the outside, everybody else.
Hey,
is like,
what a good dad.
Oh, you are. Oh, you poor thing. You're so upset. You better stop crying right now.
Don't cry. Don't even let him know you're in pain.
A former Cape Breton University student says that she regrets not making a formal complaint 3 years ago against a professor who was fired this summer for demanding moose meat, lobster, and sex from a student in exchange for better grades.
In that order?
Moose meat, lobster, and sex.
All right, you don't have moose meat. You don't have lobster.
You got any lobster?
Sex. All right, look, how about sex?
She said,
Wait, I found some moose meat. Yeah!
She said, I wish I did something back then. I wish I got him fired, Jess Hardy said. Then the situation wouldn't have happened. She was a first-year student and said that Shamal Fernaduple made inappropriate comments and suggestions.
You're going to ruin the day, Fernaduple.
And her appearance, and implied that he wanted a sexual relationship with her, and he would say inappropriate things all the time. Now, unfortunately, as the story goes on, it never gets into the details about the moose meat and lobster.
Well, it's a bizarre
That's what I'm
pecking
most
order.
interested in.
Right, yes. You don't understand.
But they ended up firing this guy because he apparently did.
Was it the moose meat?
To a couple of students. It was the moose meat.
He's there in front of the dean. It was the moose meat, wasn't it? Well, actually, the number 3 on the list here, the sex.
So apparently he wasn't only demanding sex, but moose meat and lobster.
I should have stopped at lobster.
And they fired him. So there you go. That's all I have in the
It's
details.
like he's looking for something to round out the list.
Yeah.
And the sex.
Yeah. So I was surprised the other day when my daughter came to me and described a very specific detail of what I'm assuming. I don't know if it's a social class or if it's just a fashion or what.
Huh.
But I was like, okay, this is all new to me, and I've forgotten what the full description is. So if anybody wants to call in, if you're familiar with this term, but Visco girls?
Visco girls.
Yeah. And that's spelled VSCO.
Yeah.
Visco, you've heard of this, Nick?
I have. I hadn't heard of it until Friday. And
Okay.
so I learned about it just as recently as you did, Preston. Visco,
From Ben?
No, from BuzzFeed, of all places.
Okay.
I read an article about it. I saw Visco online somewhere, right, as about a post. I didn't know what those letters meant, VSCO.
Yeah, I still don't know.
It's an app, and it stands for Visual Supply Company, right? And, the reason that I know that it's an app is that my girlfriend does some photography on the side, and she's used this app to process photos. What girls now are doing, Preston, is they're taking this app and they are applying it to their social media posts, and now it's also become its own social media thing.
Nick, look at this top text. Do you know what that means? Okay, so it just says SK. Apparently, they go around going.
Wait,
like
okay,
that.
well,
Okay.
so
So
confused.
there's a Visco.
So what is it?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. Our phone lines are lighting up, so
Yeah.
we'll find out in a minute here.
It's
right. That's what it is.
As far as social status goes, it's a new thing for this school year. It's brand new. But
How is it social status, though?
because it's a look. So basically,
it's a look.
If you are a Visco girl, you are you kind of look like you came from the beach. You wear scrunchies around your wrist.
Scrunchies are a big thing.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You carry
on your wrist.
You carry around a hydro flask. And you have a natural look, Kathy. So you don't go heavily made up.
So like Renee Zellweger.
So it's not like a filter that
It is. Yeah. So the Visco app is a filter that you can apply, but it's a lighter filter. So sometimes Instagram models will go very heavy on their filters, right?
Right.
And so you look incredibly made up, and you will take an Instagram app and you'll use that app to change your look essentially on your social media post.
It happens all the time.
Visco girls, Steve, don't do that. They go the opposite route. They go very natural,
completely raw,
very light makeup,
unfiltered.
Yeah, and there are 2 essential settings on the Visco app that you use for your look. And now it's translated from this app to real life.
Okay.
Wow, man, Preston. So when In school, we had Crisco girls. We had a lot of fried chicken.
Yeah. Sure.
Crisco girl.
They would bring fried chicken to school.
Yeah, those are Crisco girls.
Crisco girls.
Yeah.
My
Florence Henderson was a Crisco. Westonality.
And Steve, they would go.
That's Crisco girl.
It's them eating the skin off of the chicken. So Caroline, my daughter, was wearing a shirt and it was too long. She's like, I'm tucking this in because I don't want to look like a Visco girl. Not that meaning that she doesn't want to be one, but it looks like you're not wearing pants.
Not wearing pants. Okay,
yeah,
I've
that
seen
you're
this.
not wearing shorts.
I've seen this. I've seen the looking like you're not wearing shorts.
Where did that look? That look has been around before.
No, but I've recently seen it pick up, and I'm like, look at these kids. Like their shorts are so short that they look like they're not wearing any.
My dad was a Visco girl before anyone knew. He just wear a long coat and shorts.
Yeah.
You also might have known them as flashers.
Yeah.
Case, is your daughter into it? Or is she Visco? What do you say? Help me out here, guys.
She's a Delco girl.
She's a Delco girl, Kath. You know what? I don't know.
Is she
I don't
Visco?
know. I don't know how new this scene is, but here's the deal. My kids go to Catholic schools, so they all wear the same thing at school. And then we just got done in the summer, and we were down the beach all the time.
I saw a text that this is supposed to be camera sound.
Oh my God! I love it. I want to be a Visco boy.
I always wore big clothes. There was a period of time where we looked like we were 900 pounds only because we wore oversized
Baggy
clothes.
stuff. Baggy stuff.
Who decided all this stuff? All these various things together make this. You know what I mean?
A Visco girl.
Yeah.
I think it's just a style. I keep relating it to the hippie. It's just
It
the
is,
hippie
but
like
somebody
the,
had to put these pieces together. They don't necessarily, automatically go together.
The thing, Preston, that you're reacting to, and I think I agree, is because things like this would happen over the course of a little while. And like in school, going to school, you start to see people adopting something, and there'd be a movie or there'd be something that they would, or a musician or somebody they're responding to. But this seems to, for a lot of the people are saying from 0 to 60.
I know.
Because of social media.
It's like now this isn't a fashion thing, but it was an accessory people had. You remember the fidget spinners?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that took off in 10 minutes.
Boom.
And everybody had them, and then they were gone.
Look at this. Visco Girl Starter Pack.
You can buy this
$150
for $150.
Should we get it, guys?
It says Giant Visco Starter Pack.
Preston, we need to be Crisco boys.
Scrunchies, Crocs.
I like those tie-dye Crocs.
What else? There's the shorts, and oversized shirt. What do you see?
No, Kathy liking the Crocs now.
I like the tie-dye
Just
Crocs.
like 10 minutes ago, she's like, not for adults.
Oh, well, no, I wouldn't buy them and wear them.
But Steve, it's funny because you were talking about how these things, how they can happen so quickly. When people are getting back to school this week and they come home demanding the scrunchies, that means that this thing is taken off and they want to be like all the other people who are in the group.
That's funny.
Some people are texting in, and I've gotten some emails that there is a phrase that goes along, not just the SK one, I oop.
I oop.
I don't know what that means.
There's another one, Nick.
That's
no, no, that's mine. You can't have that.
I oop.
But I oop is a thing.
Can we make that part of the Crisco boys?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's allowed. But
All right, how's I oop spelled?
I oop is the letter I, and then OOP.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Again, it says I oop. Here, there's I oop can be used as a reaction to express sudden surprise or shock over an unexpected situation. That's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
For example, you can say it if someone calls someone else out on social media in a mic drop moment, as in I oop. Okay.
Because it says here, honestly, who says mic drop anymore? That's old
please.
now.
That's so old.
Nick, you know that I love you, but I do find it a little creepy that you know the most about this.
Well,
anyone
he
on
looked
the
it up
show.
on BuzzFeed.
Research?
Yeah, no, I stalk 12-year-olds.
Okay.
Do you want to hear it?
Interesting. Oh, yeah.
Jasmine
thanks.
Masters, I think.
All right.
I crashed in my back seat for a couple of hours, and
All right, okay.
And that's funny.
And,
Okay.
And hence the beginning of a new phrase.
Wow.
Bizarre.
Sitting on your balls created a thing.
Where some things come from
And yet
how they take off.
We can't get to take off.
Nobody can pronounce it.
And it's very hard.
That's the only thing.
I
Too many
it's much
syllables.
easier. All
Although I got a text from somebody who says I'm 27 and I just found out I'm a Visco girl.
it's like going and looking at your X-rays.
Yeah.
I have some bad news. You're a Visco girl.
What would be some positive workplace habits? It doesn't give any examples here at all. So I'm wondering what we could do. Maybe some yoga or something like that.
Well, let's assess.
Maybe like clean up your area.
Are you talking to me?
No, I was just saying that's like a positive workplace.
I just
moved
knew.
all my stuff in there. It's a mess.
This morning, Kathy goes to me. She goes, "Oh, your area looks really nice, Steve." And Preston goes, "Oh, what about mine?"
Mine's just an absolute. It looks like an atom bomb went off.
It actually looks worse than the old office.
I haven't done anything. I just dragged all my crap in here.
Listen, I was
and
not
set
talking to you.
I
was just saying in
Steve,
general.
your area looks very nice.
That's what my traffic turned into at the end. That's why you heard me chuckle.
It's
Preston,
just
no
what
one,
do you see?
no
Nothing.
one, not one person would ever be able to read this.
I want to see that for myself. Oh my God, the print is so the
horrible.
font size is microscopic.
Yeah, you
Wow.
I need a microscope.
Okay.
To,
Have fun with that.
You like that new laptop?
no, I hate it.
All right, so we're going to mention a concert announcement right now. I'm going to tell you this now. I'm not giving away tickets at this moment, but Pierre will have them on Wednesday for your chance to win. I just don't want you to needlessly start dialing. But we are excited about this show, and it is going to be at the Waterfront Music Pavilion. For those of you who are just waking up, what the hell is that?
Right.
Used to be the BB&T Pavilion in Camden. They now call it the Waterfront Music Pavilion. Saturday, July 30th, MMR rocks the Black Keys.
Yeah!
Now that is a fun band. Yes. So
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
brought to you this morning by WMMR and Preston and Steve logo winter hats. Another cool item in the MMR Rock Shop. You can pick one up today for you as a gift, and you can go to WMMR.com. Use the keyword shop. All right. A Philadelphia man found himself in a dicey situation, facing off with an armed murder suspect at his business. He tricked the gunman into a garage and locked him inside until the cops could arrest him.
Ha-ha!
How about that? Andrew Kramer was charged Friday with beating his former housemate Melissa Malcolm to death. Horrible.
Jesus.
Kramer is charged with murder in the first degree. So officers with the Mount Laurel Police Department made their way into the woman's home Wednesday to perform a welfare check because she didn't show up for work. They found her dead in bed. A medical examiner later determined she was bludgeoned to death. This is just terrible. So cops determined that Kramer stole Malcolm's 2016 Jeep Grand Cherokee, withdrew money from her bank account at a convenience store nearby in Marlton, and took off to Philly. Now, he was in the city. Kramer allegedly confronted a local man at gunpoint and demanded a ride. The victim told Kramer that he could stay in his garage. After Kramer entered the garage, the victim locked him in and called police. They arrived, and they took him in custody.
Thank God.
It allegedly took a while for the situation to de-escalate. Officers say they arrived at the Philly man's business to find that Kramer was holding the gun under his own chin. Approximately after 30 minutes of talking with Kramer, the officers were able to convince him to put down his loaded handgun, and they took him into custody. Wow. Quick thinking by that guy, by the way. All right, this story is out of Ohio. Multiple people were taken to the hospital after being found unconscious around the pool area of a hotel Saturday afternoon. The police responded to the Hampton Inn on a report of an unconscious 2-year-old found in the water. As officers started to respond to the incident, 911 dispatchers began receiving additional calls of unconscious people in and around the pool area. Police say 2 people were taken to the hospital in stable condition. 7 were taken in critical condition. Police say 2 people were evaluated at the scene and 5 people walked to another hospital to be treated. Authorities say several people complained of feeling dizzy. Now, this is when I had the story yesterday. I saw a follow-up to this morning. Carbon monoxide poisoning.
From
Now,
where?
I didn't hear where. I don't know what the source was, but...
Because I wonder when you started talking, I was thinking, what, could it be chlorine fumes or something like that?
That's what I initially thought.
Yeah.
Turns out it was carbon monoxide.
Wow,
So
outside.
We'll see if we'll find out how that happened. No, I think it was inside.
Inside.
It was an indoor pool.
Ah.
So, yeah, it's Ohio, so
Yeah.
it's still pretty damn cold, so... A man was arrested after being accused of beating another person with a metal skillet who had refused an offer of potatoes, according to Pennsylvania State Police.
Let me get this straight. You don't want the potatoes.
That's kind of how this went. So police say a 27-year-old man was frying potatoes in hot oil with a metal skillet and offered them to a 32-year-old victim who declined.
You want some potatoes, huh?
Potatoes.
And that is when the man became suddenly enraged and then threw the hot frying oil and potatoes into the victim's face without warning. Authorities say he went on to beat the person so hard with the skillet that the handle snapped off. Oh my goodness. Right?
All right, I'll have some of the potatoes.
Yeah, fine. I get the
God damn
message. Captain Subtlety here.
I'll eat your goddamn potatoes.
The victim was taken
Jesus.
to the hospital to be treated for burns and significant head injury. Wow. The man cooking the potatoes faces several charges, including aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Japanese rail companies pride themselves on making customer safety a priority, and if it means creating a monster to keep children from falling into the gap between the platform and the train, then so be it. The idea is the brainchild of West Japan Railway Company, who teamed up with Osaka City University and the Osaka Municipal College of Design to create Kodomo Tsukima Tenraku Boshi Project, which translates to Child Gap Fall Prevention Project. So it came about after they found that over the past 3 years, 1 in 3 cases of passengers falling into the gap at a station in the Osaka area were involving children under the age of 10. This was disturbing, a revelation that required serious action. So the team behind the project decided to create a campaign with a scary but eye-catching, intriguing theme. And so at the center of the campaign is a monster called Tsukima Mori, with Tsukima meaning gap and Mori taken from Yomori meaning gecko. And it is also a play on word Tsukima Momori, which means mind the gap. So they created this creature, they say, that lives in the gap to scare the children.
Wow.
And according to the character's bio, Tsukima Mori is 46 feet long, about the size of 10 children, and it lives in the gap between the platform and the train. It likes to move at its own pace and sleeps in a ball. And just to make sure children don't have too many nightmares about the monster at night, Tsukima Mori is said to dance when it is happy, but otherwise it will eat you.
So you're terrifying kids.
Right.
Yeah, to help them. Wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of an interesting scenario. I thought it was funny that they created this to scare the children. All right, and then one last story. Yesterday, new dash cam footage came to light from a road rage incident on I-95 in Miami-Dade County last June. The footage completely contradicts the initial report from the Florida Highway Patrol. In the video, 30-year-old Eric Popper pulls a handgun from his center console and opens fire through his own windshield and windows.
He had some shooting to do.
At a car, through his own car at another vehicle as it passes him. Thankfully, no one was injured in the incident. It's insane. I saw it. This guy has his own footage inside his car.
Shooting through his windshield.
Shooting through his windshield at this car as it's coming by.
Do you know what he needed, Case? 3, 2, 1. Safe light repair, safe light replace.
Robert Gershman, Popper's lawyer, claims that Popper was defending himself and that the driver of the other vehicle had fired first. But
you can still stick your hand out of the side.
The Florida Highway Patrol also initially stated an exchange of gunfire took place, probably due to the bullet holes in both the cars, but the dash cam footage shows that the damage to Popper's vehicles was self-inflicted. The other driver claimed that he wasn't armed and had hurled a water bottle at Popper.
So he answered with gunfire.
Which the Highway Patrol now supports. You guys are going to watch the video here in a second. Popper is facing charges including aggravated assault with a firearm. I mean, he empties the magazine, it looks like, while he's just aiming out the windows, his car's driving. I mean, that's attempted murder.
It is. And he's shooting, as you said, through his own windshield.
Yep. Crazy. All right, and there you go. That is what I have in the bizarre file for you this morning. All right, reiterating, we just had a concert announcement. The Black Keys are coming to town. They're going to be playing Saturday, July 30th at the Waterfront Music Pavilion, formerly the BB&T Pavilion. Did somebody Siri go
Somebody's
off?
robot.
Yes,
Oh,
my phone
Marissa.
went off. Sorry. I was posting that Black Keys concert announcement.
And tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. from Ticketmaster, and Pierre's going to have tickets all week long for your chance to win. Make sure you tune in, and then we'll have some on Wednesday to give away. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Make sure that you stay with us. G Love is going to be on the show this morning. And we're also going to the actor who plays Crow for Mystery Science Theater 3000 live in a little bit, too. Stay there.
Preston and Steve.
That's pretty mean.
Steve came in over the weekend and worked on his.
I did. Whereas Preston just poured it his
I
over.
just brought my
Didn't have
stuff over
chance.
and left it. I'm going to work on it today.
I was just complimenting Steve because the shelving in the new office was made specifically for his guys.
Yes, my Batman.
It looks so nice. I wasn't saying it.
Kathy did it in the way where you're talking to one person, but your mouth is actually towards someone else who you want to make sure they hear that particular statement.
Your part of the office looks much better. The cleanly, orderly way you've approached your workspace is impressive.
I swear, I was not saying it because yours was messy.
It did feel good to purge, like
Oh my God, I
getting
love
rid of
it.
a lot of stuff. And I found files from like 2008, 2009 when we moved into that office.
I found that puppy I never gave Marissa.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Listen, to make me realize how long we've been in that office, I've had some stuff hanging in my area on the wall space there, notes that my sons wrote to me.
Oh, yeah.
In little kid
That's
handwriting
cute.
of Daddy, I love you. I hope you have a nice day. I mean, that's how long we've been in that room. We've been in that room for 15 years.
And it does mean a lot because we started when we came here. First off, so that was not initially our first.
I guess
office
it hasn't been 15 years.
Yeah.
It's been at least a dozen years.
Right.
Though, but
because we're in it was Kathy, you, and I were in that small office that used to be a closet. Yeah.
So here's another thing that you can do to help get past the post-holiday vacation back-to-work blues. Don't dwell.
Okay.
Don't dwell.
Yeah. Don't feel sorry.
Lou, I couldn't help but noticing that you're dwelling. Isn't that obvious?
Doesn't dwell mean to just live, just to, just to
sort of
stay in one
ruminate,
place?
yeah.
Hanging out.
Don't dwell. Don't feel sorry for yourself, it says. Start some new office habits. This is how to beat the post-holiday.
Should you clean your office area?
The post-holiday vacation back-to-work blues. Clean your damn office. All right, how about this one? This is just, here you go. This is all it says you need to do. Reflect.
Wait, that's too close to dwelling.
Seriously.
Where's the delineation between reflecting and dwelling?
You're not supposed to dwell. However, you should reflect.
God damn it, Earl, I was reflecting.
Looked like you were dwelling.
Well, I wasn't. You nosy ass.
So it says here.
Gentlemen, what? Well, he's always saying I'm dwelling. I was clearly reflecting. My head was up with my chin cocked a little bit to the left. That's reflecting.
That's reflecting.
Dwelling is hands on the temples down.
Yes, yes, chin down. That would be dwelling.
You idiot.
Yeah. Lily Allen and Stranger Things star David Harbour dating.
This is way better.
I had to look up Lily Allen, and I still don't know who she is. Is she a singer?
I believe so, right?
I think
don't
she's
a dancer.
Oh, no.
No, she was a dancer. Oh, my God.
Stop.
Oh, I like her.
Oh, her brother's Alfie Allen from Game of Thrones.
And Lily Allen is from a while. She had career was on fire about 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
Her brother is Theon Greyjoy.
Yes.
From Game of Thrones, and she's a singer. No,
she was a dancer.
Jinx, oh my God! Honestly, is she a singer?
She's a singer.
All right.
Her brother is Marcus Allen.
Honestly.
And Preston, is she a singer?
Yeah, she's a singer.
I'm not doing it. I'm
why not? No, she was a dancer.
Jinx, oh my God!
Stop. Gets worse.
Okay, I thought she was an actress.
No, she's a singer.
No, she was a dancer.
Jinx, oh my God! Okay. She had a couple of hits. She was at, yes. What are some of her hits? We all know her hits.
Well, the girl that we're looking at, the girl that we have up in this photo, I think is the actress that I looked up on IMDb.
No, that's the singer.
No, she was a dancer.
No, she was a dancer.
Jinx, oh my God! Lily Allen, for Christ's sake, she's a musician, right?
Okay.
Are we looking up two different people?
There are a ton of acting credits for.
No, those are soundtrack.
Someone named Lily Allen. Those are soundtrack.
Those are not acting credits.
Okay. We all
was
clear?
an actor?
Are we clear? No. She's a singer.
She has a song called "F.U."
Okay. Yes, I know that one. All right.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyhow, they might be dating, her and David Harbour. Londoners have spotted the two out hanging out and, of course, post about it on social media. Somebody wrote, David Harbour, when on earth did this happen? And it was alongside a screenshot of her, of her TV screen showing the couple at a boxing event.
Huh, good for him.
They first sparked rumors earlier this month when they were spotted taking in a West End performance of the Lehman trilogy.
Are we good enough friends with him now to just blow a call in?
Of course we are.
Yeah.
What time is it in London?
We did have a really good time with him.
Yeah.
He was noon. Super nice guy. Yeah. It's
so he's probably up.
Yeah, we give him a call.
Hello?
Yeah. David.
Yeah, David, it's Preston and Steve. Are you dating Lily Allen?
Yeah.
She's a singer, right?
No, she was a dancer.
Jinx, oh my God!
What are Casey and Kathy doing on this call?
We just had to do that. We had to do that because this is funny.
Okay, bye.
Okay, Woody Allen, maybe persona non grata in Hollywood, but Scarlett Johansson would work with him anytime. The A-lister is one of the few stars to publicly signal her support for the director.
He was the original choice for Captain America.
I did not realize that he would actually.
I don't think the serum worked.
Yeah.
I don't feel very super.
He was the original guy.
Yeah. Imagine that. The thing opens up. Have I changed dramatically? He comes out worse.
Yeah. They go the opposite direction.
He got older.
He's aged. His eyesight has gone bad. He's wearing glasses. Now his hair's falling out.
Ready to take on the Nazis.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan, personally, of their conduct.
Several stars.
They reach over. He just looks over. Stark's father reaches over and had the lever all the way to the wrong side. I'm sorry. I had it on skinnier. I should have pushed it to muscular.
Several stars, including Frida Pinto, Greta Gerwig, Colin Firth, and Mira Sorvino, expressed regret at working with him previously and pledged to never work with him again. But when the Hollywood Reporter asked Johansson, who worked with him on Match Point, Vicky Cristina Barcelona, and Scoop, she had nothing but good things to say about the 83-year-old, whose daughter, of course, accused him of sexual assault. He's denied all this stuff, but she said, how do I feel about Woody Allen? I love Woody, she told the Hollywood Reporter. I believe him, and I would work with him anytime. She said, I see Woody whenever I can, and I have had a lot of conversations with him about it. I have been very direct with him, and he's been very direct with me. He maintains his innocence, and I believe him.
Well, that's her prerogative to take it that way, and that's okay.
She said, but she also understands why others don't. She said it's hard because it's a time where people are very fired up, and understandably, things needed to be stirred up, and so people have a lot of passion, a lot of strong feelings, and are angry, and rightfully so. It's an intense time.
What a missed opportunity that they could have worked in the Avengers films together. It would have been so great.
I ran into somebody who works in our office, and I'd asked her what she did the night before. Maybe it was over the weekend. She's like, yeah, well, I went to an I Do barbecue, and blah, blah, blah. This is kind of skated over there. I'm like, hang on a second. What's an I Do barbecue? You guys ever heard of that before?
No, but I haven't.
Like an engagement party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to vomit.
But only for people in the wedding party.
Right. Okay.
So
It's kind of where they do they ask them to be in the wedding party? Like that's part of the event.
I'm not really sure.
So I've been to like where they invite the bridal party over, and that's you're at a party, and they ask you to be in the bridal party. So
is that what that is?
You're going to a party, and you don't actually know yet until
you get to the party,
Right.
and then they say, by the way, you're all going to be in.
Or they ask you, yeah.
Okay.
So do attendees they don't know until some point in the evening when.
I mean, I think for my brothers, I knew I was going to be in my brother's wedding, but
Right.
yes, and then they gave us a bottle of wine, and on the wine, she had put in like a cute little saying asking us to be, it was a custom made wine label, and then it was a cute saying asking us to be in the wedding.
I would attend I'd prefer not barbecue.
I actually never liked the idea of an engagement party, and so you can put a cute little name on it, right, and make things rhyme, and I'm not going to like it or dislike it any more or any less.
Well, that's what they do, though. Yeah, that's what whoever they are.
There must be some council or commission or somebody who puts together with the gender reveal stuff now. That went from 0 to 60.
I'm wondering where this started because there's an article on the knot.com, right, which is a wedding magazine and a wedding website. And so do you think that they wrote the article thinking that this might be a thing, or did they write the article because it already was a thing?
I think probably they can help boost it by reporting on it.
Right.
All the not readers. But I don't know. Usually something has to have a little bit of traction before you report on it, right?
So yeah, I would think so. But so you have an engagement party, okay?
Okay.
You have, I guess now an I Do barbecue. You have to have a rehearsal dinner.
The rehearsal dinner is to me, isn't that that's the wedding party gathering,
That's
right?
what I always thought it was.
Well, but not anymore, because now if you have out of town guests, if you're going by their rules, you have to invite the out of town guests to the rehearsal dinner.
Right.
So, but out of town guests who are in the wedding party aren't expected to attend the I Do barbecue,
I think the I Do barbecue is taking over the engagement party. I don't think you're having an I Do barbecue and you're having an engagement party. I think it's sort of one or the other.
Really?
Yeah.
So, but you would only invite.
Because an I Do barbecue is an engagement party.
Yeah, but you're only inviting the people that would be in your wedding party.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't know if that's the case. I'm just saying that is also, I've been to parties where they only invite the bridal party.
Because let's say you have a big engagement party or your I Do barbecue, but you're only inviting some of the people that are there.
Invite people can be in the direct wedding party.
But let's say you have like 50 people there, but you're only inviting like 7 of them to be in your wedding party. That's kind of insulting to the other people that show up.
This is
really.
useless.
That's like saying you have to put every single friend in your bridal party. I think you know who's.
But if you're at a party and you're not part of the list there.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I'll just be waiting over here.
Yeah.
No.
Enjoy your being celebrated by the bride and groom, and I'll just stand over here and have my fruit.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
So you have all these parties. What are the ones involved with having a baby? There's a shower.
The
right?
barber bris.
The barber bris.
But listen, like the I Do barbecue and the gender reveal, I think are kind of organized so that you don't have to bring a gift. You're not bringing a gift to, do you know what I'm saying?
A gender reveal?
Yeah, like it's more set up like the barbecue, like come over for a barbecue. You don't quite know what it is. But whereas an engagement party is, if you show up without a gift, or at least for me, if I showed up without a gift, I would feel awkward.
All right, hang on. I just saw a text that came over. It said Connor Betts, he's an assistant producer here, went to an I Do barbecue. I'd like to know if he brought a gift with him to the I Do barbecue. Because, Kathy, I think you have to bring a gift to an I Do barbecue.
I don't know. Here, Connor's.
All right, we need an explanation,
right
clarification, in case I, by some stretch of the imagination, get invited to an I Do barbecue. I want to know what to do.
Connor?
I did not bring a gift.
Okay.
Were you aware that it was an I Do barbecue before you attended?
Yes.
Okay, so it's the premise of the I Do barbecue when it was presented to you that you were coming because you were going to be asked to be a part of this wedding party?
Yes, and I was not a part of the wedding party.
All right, did your girlfriend bring a gift?
No.
Okay.
So when you went...
Do you know what I'm saying? Like the gender reveal is to come. We're all finding out together what the baby is going to be. You're not going to bring a gift to that. The the baby shower. Yes, that's the point of a baby shower. Your friends, your family, they're bringing gifts so that you can be prepared for when the baby comes.
Connor prefers to be called Moose.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
That's just a nickname from high school.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
High
Okay.
school into college, and everybody calls me.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I didn't know that. Nice to meet you, Moose.
So Moose, what was it like at the I Do barbecue?
Well, I didn't bring a gift, one, because they are wealthy and
Yes.
I am poor.
Time to dive into the connoisseur.
Oh, that's right.
files.
And there have been some things that have happened.
There have been, and I feel bad about it. So I figured, if it's okay to do a Monday?
It's time for a special Monday edition of The Connoisseur because so much happened we didn't get a chance to get to it.
This is true. And
Yeah.
I'm going to lead with one that actually kicks off today, and I find this quite interesting. For the first time ever, McDonald's will feature 4 fan favorite hacks on menus across the U.S. Now, I don't know exactly where. It's participating locations.
So 4 hacks
Yes.
to current menu items.
So it starts today. You can go on their mobile app to order the custom menu hacks by name and receive all the menu items needed to build them by hand. So they're not going to put them together for you, I guess. But
That's
here's the
illegal.
deal. So the offerings are the hash brown McMuffin, which is a sausage McMuffin with egg and hash brown. You stack the hash brown in the middle of the sandwich. So it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but you could.
But that's like buying the combo.
Yeah,
you just do it yourself.
Just do it yourself.
Then there is the crunchy double. Okay, so 6-piece chicken nuggets drizzled with barbecue sauce and a double cheeseburger, and you stack the nuggets on the burger.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I would not. I don't like mixing my chicken and beef.
Yeah.
I think they need to stay
That's
apart.
what Shakespeare said.
As far as a one dish item goes.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I to me, separate. I want to. They're both enjoyable, and I think they're more enjoyable separated.
Yeah. Steve, I know you watch Saturday Night Live, and I don't know if you
Yes.
caught Weekend Update, but they had a story about how McDonald's is doing a new sandwich called, and it's a filet of fish, a burger, and a chicken sandwich, and they're calling it the Land, Air,
and Sea. It's on here.
Okay, and then Colin Jost goes, do they think that chickens fly? Because, for all intents and purposes, a chicken is a land animal.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
That's being nitpicky.
It is.
So, yes, the Land, Air, and Sea. And I simply because of the name, I might try that. Because
Really?
It's a Big Mac, the McChicken sandwich, and the filet of fish. All stacked.
But you're mixing-
Everything stacked in a one tall combination sandwich, and then you try and eat it.
Just for the experience, because
Yeah,
you just
just
said you don't like
the
to.
name. Just
Yeah.
because the name. I like Land, Air, and Sea. I think that's kind of cute.
Would you try the Toronto balloon knot?
Yes.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat, just because of the name. Once again. By the way, McDonald's chicken sandwiches come a long way.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think they're quite good.
It's pretty damn tasty.
Yes.
There's been a revolution, I think, in chicken sandwiches, and I believe
And I've been at the forefront.
Well, I believe it was Gene Simmons and Popeyes that really started this. I mean,
agree.
I think Popeyes, when they were all that rage and they didn't have
Enough to handle the
enough
rage.
to handle the rage.
They actually had people brawling.
McDonald's changed theirs. Burger King changed theirs.
And now Kentucky Fried Chicken has one that looks pretty damn good too.
Yep.
I'm not a big fried chicken eater, so that's why I haven't sought these out and tried them. But I think it's all everybody's trying to. I know you mentioned Popeyes, but I think they were really going after Chick-fil-A. They needed to come up with their own sandwich. So.
Isn't KFC offering a meatless chicken?
Yes,
as
I
well?
tried it last night.
How was
And?
it?
It's good.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's very expensive.
How is it, Marissa?
Like what?
It's okay.
I got I think they come in 6 and 12 pieces.
Okay.
And I think it was like $14 for 12 pieces.
What?
Yes.
$14
I
for
was
12 pieces.
not-
That's crazy.
It's an outrage.
Yes.
Wow.
I
okay.
mean, it was good to try. I tried it once.
Yeah.
I haven't had KFC in a really, really long time, and
Right.
it tasted like KFC. I will say that I think I saw a note later because I was looking it up to try to find some more details about it, and I think in the fine print it says is not actually made vegetarian. I think they might cook it in the same oil.
Yeah.
They dip it in lamb's blood.
It tasted like KFC smells. So whatever the KFC breading is what they put
Pretty
on.
damn good.
I do like the breading.
Yeah.
It's one of the
Damn
secrets.
good.
By the way, yesterday I was killing time, and so I was kind of in this area, and I went to the Landing Kitchen, Nick Elmy's place. around
Oh,
the
I
corner.
love it. Yes.
Dude, I got the fried chicken sandwich. It is so good. It is so damn good. If
Awesome.
you're looking for a good fried chicken sandwich in and around the area, right around the corner.
By the way, with Marissa finding out that those chicken nuggets cost $14, that's like going to Panera whenever they have the lobster roll on their menu.
Oh, really?
What is it? How much is
$30?
It's something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And,
No.
and they were like, you realize it was like $18 or something ridiculous like that. And I was like, whoa, okay.
Let me do props if you're looking for meatless chicken, Marissa. The Tyson chicken nuggets
Yep.
Yeah.
are excellent.
Yeah, they had them at the camp out.
Do them
Yeah, I
in,
didn't
do 'em
try
in an
that.
air fryer.
I need to find out where to buy them. I haven't seen
There's
them
a magical
in,
place.
in the
Yeah.
Acme yet.
Oh, you haven't
yes.
seen them in the stores?
I don't know
Yeah.
if they're en masse as of yet.
Yes.
So we'll have to wait
Usually,
and see.
once they roll out, you can get them everywhere. But
So because of No Spend January, I think I've gone the longest. Well,
today's
no,
last day.
Today's the last day. But I'm trying to think because I've given up fast food for Lent. 'Cause I haven't had McDonald's in a long time. I didn't have any. I don't think I had any McDonald's.
When did Lent start?
No. Because I've given up.
I'm like, wait,
I missed that, man. That was an early one.
Yeah.
I have given up fast food for Lent in years past.
Okay, all right.
And so I think 40 days is probably the longest I've gone.
That's how long
without.
Jesus went without fast food.
Yeah, but it's a long time. I mean,
Not
it's
one drive-through, not that whole time. Not
No,
one.
walk in.
Nope.
No, I'm good, guys.
All right, so they're starting that today. If you want to, and did I miss one? The Surf and Turf, which is a fillet of fish and a double cheeseburger, one sandwich stacked on top of the other.
I like these novelty things that they put on the menu. I
Yeah,
like
they're fun.
Wawa had the the little safe thing that you crack on the screen and you get the little
secret
throw 'em on.
menu.
Exactly.
yeah, I like that. It might have started being a vegetarian, but I like going on apps now and finding out these little hacks. Like the other day, I was on the Dunkin' app and I realized that you can get an egg and cheese sandwich without egg, so you can order a grilled cheese.
Egg and cheese sandwich without cheese, without
an
egg.
egg. So it's a grilled cheese, and then add
Is it a
double
grilled
cheese.
cheese?
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
like a grilled cheese, and you can get it on croissant.
Okay, but they grill it. They grill the
Well,
bread.
In the Dunkin' Donuts
It's like
little
a toasted
toasted,
cheese.
yeah.
Okay,
Roasted.
roasted cheese.
There's a,
Convection oven cheese.
so Taco Bell's gotten rid of the Mexi Melt, but there's a hack for that because they have a cheesy roll-up. So you just order a cheesy roll-up and ask them to add beef. There's your beef Mexi Melt.
Okay. All right. Elsewhere in the
Come on,
connoisseur,
man.
we're going to dessert. We're skipping right to
Yeah,
dessert.
we don't have enough time.
Now, I don't have any information about this, but I leave it to you guys to tell me about this cookie crumble place or
no.
whatever that people are standing in line for.
What is this,
I don't know.
this big thing, cookie
It's-
crumble?
Well, it's just
what's
called
it called?
Crumble. It's not.
Crumble.
Yeah, it's not called Cookie Crumble. The place is just called Crumble.
Oh, wait. Is
and
this
they
the place in
Crumble?
Jenkintown?
No, it's crumble cookies.
Crumble Cookies.
Okay.
Is
Yeah,
this the
so-
place in Jenkintown?
Yes.
Kathy, it's more than just Jenkintown. So there's one in Wynwood. They're opening one in Broomall. And yeah, Kath, it is. So my family went there last week.
So it's not new.
Newer-ish?
It's
No,
new.
'cause
It is. Kath, hang on. It's new
My
to
friend
the area.
brought them to me 2 years ago.
Really?
Yes, from the one in Jenkintown. She drove all the way out to Jenkintown, and she picked up the boxes. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to Crumble." I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah.
And she brought them, and they're these
2 years ago?
huge. Well, the one in Jenkintown,
Yeah.
at least. She drove out to Jenkintown. There wasn't one closer at the time.
Yeah, all right. So I say it's new, Kath, because this whole thing started in 2017. So the fact that they were in Jenkintown 2 years ago, all right. So
That
maybe it's not
tracks.
it tracks, but it's not brand new to the area. But like the franchise, like the whole thing, started in 2017.
So it's newer.
Two guys
right?
in like Utah started this thing.
Okay.
And what's crazy is the lines that are out the door to get these cookies. Kath, it's like $40 for a dozen cookies.
I know. My friend brought me a dozen cookies. She's and I didn't offer to pay her. Now that I know they're $40, I probably should have.
Well, we're watching the video and they look pretty.
Oh, they were delicious.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
come
Amazing.
Like, it was like she brought Jace one that was this like it was almost like a cupcake on a cookie. Like it was a birthday cake. Like they're over the top cookies.
There's one that looks like it's got a vanilla wafer in it, so I assume it's a banana. Looking thing.
So-
a tart or something.
The menu changes every day. So whatever you got today may not be available tomorrow. I think the the standards like your chocolate chip cookie and sugar cookies are probably
Right. They're always on the menu.
safe. But they do have these specialty cookies that you can order.
Hang on, I have a self-proclaimed fat guy on the line who wants to talk about cookies for a moment. Hi, Joe. Are you there?
I'm here.
All right, and you're a fat guy?
I'm a big fat guy.
Okay. Well, then we're going to listen to
So
you.
now, Casey,
Got it.
we'll listen to what you have to say.
Casey, crumble cookies are way overrated, man. Insomnia cookies all day, 100%.
Well, you know what, Joe? I do love me some insomnia cookies as well.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But I've gotten the crumble cookies, and it's almost like they're not even cooked, like in the center. I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah, but see, that's what I love. They're like nice and
I like
I'm
that
going to
too,
say the
Kathy.
word. They're moist.
I mean, sometimes it can
Do
be
you
like
have
that.
some
but,
moist cookies?
I mean, it was so moist.
Sometimes they're
Insomnia,
what,
though.
Joe?
I'm saying insomnia all day.
What were you going to say, Joe? You're going to say sometimes they're what?
I mean, sometimes that's acceptable, like chocolate chip cookies, yes.
Okay.
But crumble makes their cookies too thick. They're too thick, and then in the center, it's like
Joe's
uncooked.
got it. It's the way he likes
It's
it.
the way he likes it. I
gotcha.
completely understand that.
Thanks,
I
bud.
could see myself taking a like I know Preston. You look at the
That banana
cream
cream pie looks amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so you understand that they're large. That's why they're $14,000 a cookie, right?
Yeah, no, I still don't understand why they're that expensive.
Chocolate Oreo case?
They're not that big, Steve. I mean, listen, they're bigger than your standard cookie. They're probably
palm of your hand.
Palm of your hand, maybe
Okay.
like a size of a coaster, maybe a little bit, but they are a little
They're
bit
huge.
thicker. They're a little bit, but they're not huge enough to be $40 for a dozen. They're just not.
They're
And
more. Here's the thing. I would. They're more of like a full dessert. It's not like you're grabbing a cookie and eating it. Like it's more like a mini cake.
Okay.
Even though it's a
as
cookie.
opposed to eating a couple, 2-3 cookies, this is like one.
Right.
That's my dessert done.
Right. Like Jace had like a quarter of one as a dessert one night. And then
Wow.
we still had 3/4 of the cookie for another day.
All right, I'm going to have to try this at some point.
Yeah, the whole standing in line around the building.
That I won't
thing,
do.
Well, so that's the other part of it is their marketing is insane. Like everybody knows about this because of their TikTok videos and their Instagram. So like it's really hitting with a younger demo right now. Like all the high school girls. So when my wife went the other day, she picked my kids up from school. They went there and it was like all the high school kids were there grabbing their cookies.
Kids taking their cookies.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the cheesecake lady. I
Yeah.
stood in her line.
Cheesecake lady
in Elkins Park, and I'll tell you what, it was well worth it.
Okay.
The line wasn't crazy. So I don't know when it starts to get real crazy. If I
Did you make a stink when you got in? Do you know who I am?
No, but I mean, it was a little. They were very nice, but it was a little like you need to know what you want when you get up to the counter. There's no thinking when you get there. You got plenty of time to think.
Okay. So
and you get in and out.
Yeah, you're
they
right.
don't suffer idiots.
Somebody texted and said, yes, started in Logan, Utah.
Logan.
It says, I just moved from Idaho, and the crumble stores were really popular. The store was founded from Preston, Idaho.
Ooh. So we
and
have
then
a connection.
Another one says, where Napoleon Dynamite was filmed.
Oh, wow.
Says, I'm from New Jersey, but I live in Texas now, and crumble cookie is all over the place.
All right. So
Case,
this is
where are the other locations? Because I only knew about this Jenkintown
Kathy
location
pulled
because
them up,
my
or-
friend drove there.
Yeah, Wynwood Shopping Center is open and running now.
We
So
could go there.
right by Bed Bath & Beyond.
Okay.
And then they're opening one in the Lawrence Park Shopping Center. It's not open yet.
Here, Maris.
But they're going to be opening
That Google
really
search you did right next to that tab should have it.
Right next to bustyasians.com.
Yeah, there we go. Main line in Wynwood, Jenkintown, and Warrington, PA. So those are the three
But
in
they're
our
like
area.
all over the country.
Yeah.
Right.
Coast to coast. There's
Yeah, it's a chain.
hundreds.
All right.
So I'm trying to get Tobias Harris from the Sixers on. Marissa, let me know. I guess
Leave me alone, man.
Well, he's got some sort of an interest in the company.
He's the ambassador. He was at the opening of this Wynwood one recently.
Okay, we're looking at a map. They are literally all over the country.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you guys know that Insomnia opened a cookie lab near Pat's and Gino's?
What does that mean?
So you can actually go in. It's like a little interactive space that you can go in and like decorate cookies. So you buy a cookie and then you can put icing,
It
sprinkles.
sounds like an activity.
It's an activity,
Cafe.
Kathy. And it's now BYO.
Oh my! Oh, this is definitely an
So you
activity.
can go get your Pat's and Gino's steaks and then go across the street and eat cookies.
Oh, I love that.
I actually tried to order Insomnia cookies for Nick Murphy on Friday night for his birthday. They didn't. Even though they have a lab in South Philadelphia, they didn't. He was outside of their delivery zone.
That's okay. You made a very good choice with Sweetbox.
Yeah, I sent him.
Sweetbox
Ended
is
up sending him.
I don't know what happened.
I sent him cookies. I mean,
Okay.
cookies, cupcakes.
All right.
Yeah,
Sweetbox.
Sweetbox.
Yes, Steve, you would love Sweetbox. They make a very good like cookie dough. You can have the edible cookie dough.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
I'll take
Good
your word
sweets.
for it.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
All right, so that's in our area. That's was noteworthy of connoisseur. I also wanted to bring this up too. Dolly Parton has teamed up with Duncan Hines to create a line of Southern-inspired cake mixes and
finally
frostings. Offerings include Southern-style coconut-flavored cake mix, Southern-style banana-flavored cake mix.
Duncan Hines, you created a monster.
Creamy buttercream frosting and chocolate buttercream frosting.
This all sounds good.
Each box of cake mix also includes a Dolly-approved version of how to make it. For example, the coconut cake mix calls for sweetened coconut flakes, milk, and butter rather than typical water, oil, and eggs.
So is Dolly known for her baking skills?
I don't know. Maybe she is. I don't know her
waitress?
for her baking skills and or for songwriting and her very large breasts.
Yes.
And that's,
do they figure into the baking?
And her philanthropy activities.
Yes.
Or endeavors, I should say. So, yeah, maybe she's a great baker. Don't really know.
Oh, cool.
I do not know. So, all right. What else I got here for you? All right. So, there's freebies that you can get on your birthday from restaurants, usually from chain restaurants. But nobody ever takes advantage of all of them. But Charles Passy, a writer for Market Watch, recently took advantage of many of them and found that some aren't really worth that trouble.
So these incentives or these things they'll do on a special day to get you in, or they're not all of them are not what they're cracked up to be?
For your birthday, yeah.
All
Passy notes that some birthday offers come well before your actual date of birth or at least or last beyond the date, it says. Passy went to 11 different establishments to pick up his freebies, including Subway, Krispy Kreme, McDonald's, and Sbarro. Each place had its own issue. For example, Subway's app gave him trouble, but a worker was still nice enough to give him a free cookie. At Sbarro, workers were unfamiliar with the birthday program, but he lucked out and was given his free slice of pizza.
They didn't even know about it.
He also noticed the vast monetary difference between the freebies, as McDonald's only offers a free apple pie valued at $1.79, but Krispy Kreme offered a dozen original glazed donuts.
Well, that's pretty good. When I worked at Dunk, again, I'm
Oh,
sorry
my
for
God.
bringing this up, but one time I put up a sign above the cash register so that the cashiers could not see them, but the customers could see them. It said, "Ask about our Major League batting helmets." And so people coming in, "What are you talking about?" It lasted for quite a while.
Do you think, I mean, you had mentioned the Sbarro thing and where the people who worked at the restaurant
Didn't even know.
Didn't even know.
Yeah.
Could you, just get on your little computer, print up some sort of, fake graphic saying, "Hey, it's my birthday," and bring it to anybody who, they're not the owners of said
I
establishment.
was going to say, if you get the manager,
Right.
you're probably going to stumble into an issue.
Yeah.
I'm sure it happens where people will counterfeit up a coupon or an offer that I saw this, my friend gave this to me,
Yeah.
and so
As long as there's no barcode or anything like that on there.
Yep. You could
says
probably
here
do
with
it.
this that you'll give me a cash register. No.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. I know we probably got to wrap up here shortly.
Yeah.
But let me.
Actually have a little bit of time, actually.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to go with this one. So there's a man on Reddit. There's a Reddit thread called "Am I the A-hole?"
I know I am.
So a guy who had said that he had been living with his partner for the last 6 months, and the overall has been a great relationship. But when it comes to his food, it's a different story. He said, "Since I do shift work, I'm generally off the clock around 11 a.m., and then being too tired to cook, I'll hit up a burger joint for a cheeseburger and some fries. But when I get home, my girlfriend always wants to have exactly one bite and exclusively the first bite of every item I order." He said he has tried to fix the issue by contacting her on the way home, the restaurant asking if she wanted something, yet her answer is always no. And he says that he's also asked her if he can just leave a little at the end. No, she wants the first bite.
No.
And he also says that if he buys her own food, she will just bite each item once and then throw the rest away if he won't eat it.
Well, then that's how it's going to have to be.
As a result, he's taken to eating in his car and discreetly disposing of the wrappers. But she soon found out and is now furious at him for lying.
That is bizarre beyond
Right?
bizarre. Why is that the thing? Why must it be the first bite? Why is she molesting his food?
Rochelle used to always do this thing, and I finally said, "You need to stop doing it."
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so when we would go to a restaurant and we would order And it was very kind for her to do this, but we would order our meals. Our meals would arrive. She would immediately, before I even began, she had either tasted what she has or she had already cut off a piece and goes, here, try it.
Right.
And I'm like,
I want to try my own.
I haven't even had mine yet. Can I try what I ordered here? I don't know why, but it drove me crazy.
I don't want to eat your crap.
No, it wasn't like what she was ordering wasn't appetizing. It was just like, I ordered this.
If I wanted that,
my mouth is ready to go. Yeah,
I would have ordered that.
I would have ordered.
So the fact that your wife is overly nice really pisses you off.
Right? How dare her?
Oh, yeah.
But it happened enough times where I'm like, can I eat some of mine first? And
Just for that,
I'll
you're going to
try
have to
yours?
massage my groin with your foot under the table. No, I, Preston, the thing about, I'll have some of yours. No, I'll get you your own. And I'm only too happy to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I want my stuff. And I think the
do
way you
too.
eat is the way you eat.
Dude.
That's a personal thing.
Listen, we are animals, right? And you see lions when they're like around a carcass.
Listen, there was a male lion who had a ball bitten off by female lions. You had the story last week because he came in and started to eat their impala.
For me, if that started to become a trend that I noticed, I don't know.
Biting balls off?
No. With
Might be a deal breaker?
Yeah, it might be. Taking the very first bite of everything that I want to eat.
And what does that say? To me, psychologically, I think that is a positioning of dominance.
Yeah.
Either that or she has some kind of a compulsion that she needs to speak to a therapist.
Yeah, eat foam rubber like other people do.
Yeah, that's too much. That's vicious. But we could never date because literally every first date I've been on that was at a restaurant, me and the person I'm with have shared plates. Like, we have to both decide that we both want to try both of these items.
Wait, entrees?
Entrees.
Yeah, I couldn't do that either. There's no way.
Wait, you have to agree
Yeah.
that I would like that too, so yes, you can get that?
Yeah, it's just the
No.
way I eat. It's the way, whenever
Why?
my friends and
Here's
I...
what you're going to do. You're going to order what you want, and I'm going to order
See,
what I want.
but that's why we're
Thank you,
different.
Steve.
No, that's why
Thank
we're
you.
different. When my friends and I go out to dinner, we all order like 3 or 4 entrees, and they're all to share. We all cut them up.
Are they all vegetarians?
You order what you want,
Yeah.
and I'll order what I want.
Because unless they're all vegetarians, like, you are limiting their menu choice.
So,
Or get like a chef's table.
pescatarian.
Yeah,
But
which is what I am.
It kind of is like we're making our own chef's table, but I will always have to say, like, guys, order something meat, like I'm not offended, or hey, order that because I want to try the side on that.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
frustrating.
it's literally you guys would die the way that I eat.
Oh, I
go
would.
out
Flip
to
over
eat
the
with my
table.
friends. We don't have like the entrees in front of us. We put them in the middle of the table, and you cut off pieces, and that's how we all eat.
I don't want somebody massaging my food.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't eat like that. But I don't mind. if
Tapas
people do
style is
that.
fine.
What bothers me so much is when if you're out at a table, you're with a group or whatever, even if
Right.
it's just 2 people, and they split the entree. Like they only get 1.
Oh,
You know what I mean? As opposed to like 2, and
Right.
we'll cut both in half, and we'll eat.
This is
try
so
it.
good.
Like,
I'm glad I only had one.
like half. Like don't go out to dinner if you're.
Come on.
Yeah, I've been in a
Or
situation
take
where
the rest home. Order your own and take it home for leftovers.
Right.
Yeah.
He's sharing.
I've
Get
been
the
in
hell
a
outta here.
situation
What's with
where
this sharing thing?
me and like my spouse won't. We're kind of we don't know exactly what we're split between 2 dishes each, right? It's like, oh well, you order the chicken, I'll get the steak, and let's cut it in half, and then
fine.
Yeah,
Fine.
if you want to try both of them.
But don't order just the steak and cut it in half.
We will order kind of a regular thing for us is to order a salad and an app and split each one of those. We'll have the server
Fine,
split the
fine,
salad,
right.
and then we both.
That's
dive into
fine.
the
That's
app,
fine.
so.
With apps, like you bring stuff to the table, like hummus or something, and say, yeah, of course, that's what they're for.
Yeah.
But when it gets down to the entree, the main meal, no.
You guys aren't fun.
You go anywhere near it, I'm going to cut your hands
no,
off. I actually bring a paper cutter.
Let me go to Evan. Hey, Evan. Actually, we're like most people in the country. Evan, good morning.
Morning, Ed.
Well, good morning.
Morning.
What's up, Evan?
So my wife, she a lot of times, not always, tries to steer my option as her second option.
That old
That sounds like
trick.
Marissa.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's exactly Marissa.
Yeah, so she'll be like, "Oh, I thought you would like to try this other thing." I'm like, "No, I'm not in the mood for that." She's
All
like,
right.
"Are you sure?" I
She's
think
trying
you
to
really
pull
like
the
it. Like,
the Jedi.
No, I don't want
You
that.
don't want to eat that.
Evan, all right,
love that.
Evan, repeat after. I want you to repeat after me. You ready? I'm going to order what I want.
Yeah.
And you order what you want.
well, I've come to just like before we walk into a place, I'm like, I'm gonna have a steak. Like I just make the decision before
I am
There you
really
go.
in the
A
mood
steak,
for a steak.
bloody.
Yeah.
I want it mooing.
So
yeah, I don't
here's-
like that, Evan. Thank you.
Here's the other
All right,
thing,
take care.
because I do have friends like you guys where we all order our own thing, but then sometimes they'll leave some on their plate, and like I just want to try it. Like if I'm going to a restaurant, it's the only time I'll ever go to that restaurant, I want to try various dishes. That's where this whole tasting thing, and they'll just leave the leftover food on their plate and not offer it.
Okay.
You
then-
want their leftovers?
Not leftovers, but like if there's like a ravioli there, they're not going to eat. I want them to offer me a bite. Right? Like
So
that's
you
just
want,
like a
you
friendly.
want someone who is finished with their meal. I'm done eating.
Yeah.
Do you guys want some of this?
But like,
kind
is-
of do that?
I've done
Isn't
that.
it just a
Which is
friendly?
fine.
Isn't
Yeah.
it just a friendly offering to allow
But
someone
they
to try
like
and
dug
bite
their
your food?
fork and
What-
everything
what do
in
you-
there. I don't want it.
That's
I
why
don't
I
want
said-
your
What are you,
teeth.
like a chow hound in an alleyway?
I mean, what if they want to take it home?
It's like sloppy seconds.
Yeah, I mean, if they offer you and they give you the bite, then that eliminates their option to take it home and have it as leftover the next
You're not
day.
a taker homer, are you?
They're not. No one's taker homers.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And by the way,
So
you know,
that's the
Marissa,
thing.
you know what's more fun than sharing is getting whatever the freak I want to eat. That is way more fun.
but Casey-
It's looking at the menu and saying, this is what I want, and I am going to eat this, and you can get whatever you want.
I'm not saying I'm going to change any of your minds at all, but
You
this
won't.
way it allows you to try multiple things that you might want to try. That's the only reason we do it.
Sometimes I don't want to try multiple.
But you're going out with a regular group of people,
Yeah.
with friends that operate this way.
That are used to being abused.
I have, yes, I know a lot of people that eat this way. Yes.
Okay. You ever see somebody who just sitting there looking sour and realizing that they wanted to order something else?
No, because we don't invite them out to eat.
Okay.
Let's have some of those tabletop things that you love so much, like a pancake that everyone can stick their paws into and tear out.
Hey, you guys are on the table pancake.
Why don't we eat the
train
way
now.
hyenas eat?
My wife and I went out to dinner during the summer with Chuck D'Amico and his wife, and we all got our entrees. And Chuck and I were like, we both wanted the steak, but there was something else. We ended up ordering what we called a table steak, right? And so we had already had our entrees, and the steak was something extra. And so I had taken the piece of steak that I wanted, and I had. I'm done with
No,
the story.
no.
No, you're breathing. I'm good.
I have to breathe or else I'll die.
No, it's all right.
No, it's not. I think he just doesn't like the idea of doing that.
Well,
doesn't hate your story.
No, but we had already had our entrees, but I had cut my part of the steak up into bites. And Chuck started eating my bites.
Your pre-cut, little kid, sliced up and ready to eat
And it
food.
is still a bone of contention. He's like, I shouldn't have done that. He's like, he essentially thought I was cutting it for the table. And I was like, no, I cut it for myself,
That leads to another discussion of steak and meat etiquette. Do you cut it up in little bite-sized little kid pieces so you can just stab and go, or do you cut one at a time as you're eating?
One at
it?
a time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But I would imagine there's
If they're cut into small pieces, then you people you're with might want to reach over and grab little
That's
pieces.
right.
And you're going to stab them in the throat.
or they cool off too fast.
That's right.
You need to
okay.
keep the whole thing together. So, all right. Well, we all have our way. Some ways
And
are
you need
better
to-
than others.
We respect everyone's way.
Yes,
We do. We do.
All right, that's all. This was an early week connoisseur because we skipped it on Friday, so I figured I'd throw that out there. I know we have some guests on the way.
We do.
So I want to go ahead and take a break and come back with them in just a little bit. So make sure that you hang out with us because we won't be gone too long. Back in a moment.
Preston and Steve on 93.3
But I didn't.
And so who with the cluster that you attended, who was asked to be in the bridal party?
It was my friend's brother's engagement party, I guess. So then we were all friends with him, and it was a bunch of my friends, and then I was not asked.
Did they line you up?
I was back up.
Did they line you up in a row and then yes, no? Yes.
Yeah, it's like picking
No.
for kickball.
Right, yeah. Right? No. And then, Connor, you're there with the caterer standing there.
Yeah, it was me and the caterer
Yeah.
and the dog.
Right, yeah,
was
yeah.
on the side.
These are the ones who will not be in our wedding party. Shame them.
Sorry, Moose.
Why don't you forget the moose for a moment?
But you didn't go to the party expecting to be asked to be in the bridal party, right? Yeah.
Not even a little bit?
No.
it's
With
not-
how
it's
good
not
you
every-
look in a gown?
You don't have every friend you know in your bridal party.
No, but I'm saying this seems oddly. It is like being picked for teams in school.
No.
And you're left out of it.
No.
It's like, why not break up into shirts and skins?
Well, I had never heard the term "I do barbecue" before, but apparently that's another one to add to the list with your gender reveals, your
Right.
sprinkles, your showers, your engagement
golden
parties,
showers.
your golden showers.
I mean,
Butterscotch bandits, or
and that's
Carl's.
Overcomers.
Guys, you're combining things that
It's
don't.
disgusting.
It's not.
Yeah, Overcomer was a
We're
movie.
here for the Hot Carl party.
What were you gonna say, guys?
I just don't make your wedding more special than it really is.
Yeah.
You know,
Or do it since it's your wedding.
yeah.
Don't make it more special than it really is.
Because it might end up in a murder-suicide, you know?
Wow.
You're not special. This day isn't special.
It might end up in
They had an I do
Hallmark card.
barbecue.
They had
and
an
now he's dead.
Congratulations. It might end up in a murder-suicide.
I'm Keith Morrison. It started with an I do barbecue and ended with where'd you bury the body?
I love it.
Pierre is in the studio, about ready to take over for the day.
It's a miracle.
It is a miracle.
It is a
isn't it?
miracle.
Every day's a miracle.
Every day's a miracle. Rodney brought me coffee this morning.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Rodney's the man.
If Rodney isn't the greatest already, he, on his way in, found some wonderful coffee for me and brought it in.
I have a Superman statue that I'm going to give Rodney. There's one statue that has not ported over to my office. I said, if anybody around here deserves the Superman statue, it's Rodney.
I would agree.
Yeah.
You need more figures and statues, though.
I have space now, and they will be coming. They're ordered and on their way. In fact, one should be arriving at the house today.
Yeah. Claire, God bless her.
She really is a saint.
She is a saint.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she said, no more in this house. Send them to the office.
Absolutely. Work it is.
Are there pictures of the assortment?
Oh, yeah, in the house. But there's still room in the house.
No, I mean up online, though.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, so that people can see how many Batman, Superman, other figurines you have.
Just go to our Instagram page.
Yeah. We posted yesterday. There's more on the way.
Yeah, so this is just beginning, but mostly featuring Batman and Iron Man.
Right. Okay.
Right now, I have to decorate properly.
Now, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. It's a miracle.
There you go. There's a picture of it in the studio right now.
Oh, this is the new office.
Yeah,
too, right?
yeah.
Yep. We just moved in the other day.
There's huge spaces where people would put books and tapes and various recording instruments, but Steve has used they're 5 feet high statues.
Yeah.
And they're not 5 feet high.
All right. They're
All right.
4.5 feet high.
4.5 feet. Yeah.
And the Iron Man gets a giant Iron Man head.
That's a 1-to-1 scale Iron Man head.
Wow.
I'm so glad I listen. It looks good. You've organized it so nicely. I am proud of you. But I'm glad there's a buffer between me and you.
Oh yeah, that buffer is Nick.
It's Nick.
Yeah.
I've started to straighten up my area.
You have. It's
and
looking
my collections are coming
better.
too. So I have display area finally. So I'm
Nice.
going to put some of my
Swords.
stuff up.
Nice.
I don't know if I'm going to do the swords.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
we'll
we
see.
threw the swords out.
No, I have a couple of swords. There's one like the Philadelphia Pipe and Drums brought us this really cool. It's engraved and
awesome.
everything. So that's for the show. I need to find somewhere for that. But I have other collections that I'm going to bring and display.
Are we
Look
going
up
to do that
top
thing
of-
that we were talking about? That one idea where we were floating
We got to
around?
do that. Yeah. We'll hopefully get to that soon.
Okay.
That's an idea, and we'll get to it.
Yeah. We're not going to reveal what
No,
it
I
is.
am.
We're going to put a chopping board in the middle of the room and hang our pots and pans from the ceiling. Yeah.
No, that's Kathy's sections, along with the doilies and the Martha Stewart tribute area.
You know what? I've always wanted that. I've never had a setup where I can hang my pots and pans from like a ceiling setup.
I like that look. My wife doesn't like it, so we didn't get it.
Here's why I do like it. It looks great. But you can't use the pots because once there's a stain and you hang it up, now it looks ridiculous.
Shut up.
I'm just saying that's when
Once
it
there's
doesn't look
a
good.
stain,
That's why
that shows that that's a working kitchen.
Which is
There
fine.
would
but
never
then
be a stain if it was me because they'd never be used.
Me neither.
It would
That's
look
why I
lovely.
always wanted it.
It would work in your house.
Yeah.
See, that's why we should live together.
That's why we are married but stay apart.
Right. Forever.
I mean, you can't have sex all the time.
Well, exactly.
No, it's the perfect marriage. We don't live together and we don't have to have sex.
Yeah, you just love each other and then leave it at that.
We just love each other, and that's all
Kathy,
there is to it.
had she not met Dennis, she would have been married to a prisoner.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It'd be the perfect thing. What are you in for murder? Love it.
Right each other.
Yeah.
I didn't give away whatever it was I had yesterday.
You didn't?
So whatever that is.
It was a turkey.
It was a turkey.
We'll give it away today.
It was and pounds of steak.
And
so,
pounds of steak.
Yeah, not just a pound, several pounds of steak.
I would like 7 pounds of steak.
7 pounds of steak. You got it, Buster. Step right up to Pierre's Butcher Shop. I got all the blood you need.
You should get for Halloween one year. You should go as a butcher, like with blood splattered, apron and everything. That'd be perfect.
A vegetarian butcher with all the zucchinis hanging from the
Yes, and mangled tofu hanging from my locks.
mangled tofu hanging from your locks.
Mangled tofu would be like dreadlocks, but tofu locks.
Yeah,
I like it.
All right,
Actually,
we're cooking with gas now, mustard.
Oh my God!
Please welcome the one and only Mr. John Travolta to our studio. Good morning, John.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing wonderful. Nice to see you.
You sound good.
Thank you. I feel good. I feel very good. You know what? As I was introducing you, and I said, "Welcome to Philadelphia." You shot a film here in Philadelphia.
I did. I shot Blowout.
Yeah,
which is a Brian De Palma great movie.
Yeah, thank you. I agree.
So this movie, we want to talk about The Fanatic, which is I started watching it, I wanted to go into it cold, and it's a big departure for the kind of roles that you play. Mm-hmm. It's a horror suspense, but it also takes a peek inside the world of TMZ and fandom run Fanatical. And your character is very unique. And from what I understand, the character was written with you in mind. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was. Fred Durst from the Limp Bizkit. He wrote it, and he directed it. And I will say that he is quite inspired as a director and as an actor even.
Right.
And he helped quite a bit. He would improvise with me prior to the takes, and he designed this character, and I understood it because I am a fan. I'm a fan as much as we all are. And I think if you don't understand that, whether it's sports or whether it's the arts or icons or whomever you admire, you can't do this kind of role.
It's funny because John, because I collect things. I have I'm a massive movie fan. I'm a huge fan of yours as well. And there's something that, and it's your character exemplifies in the movies. Well, just to be able to get the tactile sensation of touching something that a celebrity or there's this bizarre thing. I remember it's odd, as I was watching the movie, I was thinking the story that Gene Siskel of Siskel and Ebert, it was very important for him to own the white suit that you wore on Saturday night.
Correct.
And he owned that. It was a holy grail for him.
Yes, so then Jane Fonda bought it.
Right.
So you're completely correct. But this particular guy, this character I play, is he's a man-child. He is maybe a little bit on the spectrum, which explains his irrational behavior. However, that being said, he's picked on and bullied at work, and everyone bullies him, but he's so used to it that he handles it. But when his favorite person in the world bullies him, this movie star, he doesn't know how to handle it. He gets confused. And when he gets confused, he does really odd things. And you'll see in the film that he goes over the line, but so does the movie star.
Yeah, and
the movie star goes over the line equally as well, by torturing.
And his inability to pick up on social cues, it takes it down a path where it's like, oh no. Correct. And I got to tell you, John, the entire time while watching this movie, I don't think there was a moment where something on my body wasn't clenched.
Yeah.
Whether it was my hands or my mouth or even my butt cheeks. I mean, I was just like, it was tense.
Well, because it's
the whole thing.
Nothing times up. The point when you finally get to have this moment with Hunter Dunbar's his name is the character. He has a bad experience, and you just happen to come upon him at that time, and it never syncs up right. So that starts.
That's correct. It's also a movie about bad timing.
Yeah, and then some.
Because if he had just been in the right mood and had his autograph, he would have been over.
Yeah.
But of course, then we wouldn't have had a movie.
Yes.
But what I thought was brilliant was that I loved that your character before all that started to happen. So I almost felt bad, and I was like, well, it's not that bad that he's doing some of these things, But then it progresses into the movie. But you really made me love that character before you found out the other stuff.
Yeah, thanks. I wanted him to be loved because I feel like everyone is a little bit of the character Moose. Mm-hmm. We all have a little Moose in us. It's just how far do we take it? And if we didn't have Moose in us, how would we be, ourselves to create an effect on others?
Yeah, I might be in your plane later.
Well, Hunter Devin Sawa, is that the actor who's playing Hunter?
Correct.
Yeah. So again, nobody's all that awesome in this. Everyone's got,
Yes.
even his friends, or quote unquote friends, are not that good as far as friends. And I like that because that's sort of real. But I like also the peek into the side of the people who are out on the street who make money. You're dressing up as a Bobby, to pick up some money, and there are these things going on in that world that sort of, for some reason, Hollywood, when depicted in a seedier fashion, always appeals to me. It's like a Raymond Chandler sort of.
Well, also maybe that's a bit of the truth.
Yeah. But in a way, that's sort of, that's almost sort of enticing too. That bizarre aspect.
Yeah, I love how L.A. is depicted in this film. I think it's very real and tragic almost.
I thought in watching the movie at first, and now seeing you today, I probably know it's not the case, but I thought maybe you would cut your own hair. For the role?
No, it was really cool because I said, when I loved the script and wanted to do it, I said to Fred Durst, what do we do about how he looks? I mean, the Hawaiian shirt was an obvious kind of choice. There's bad shorts and bad sneakers and all that. But I said, what about the hair and the look? And he said, well, what do you think about mullets? And I said, I don't know. It's overdone. And he said, well, there's a lot of different kinds. Would you care to look? So I looked on the internet, about 100 different types, and boom, suddenly there was this dude, with the exact haircut Moose has, with glasses. And I texted it to Fred, and I said, I found the look. I found it. And he said, I agree. This is the right way to go.
I have to tell you, I was at it, and when I saw this character of Moose, I've told you guys this story. I was at a convention one time, one of these conventions. I am a real fan like this, not Moose level, and Adam West was there, the original Batman. So everyone's
Adam
there.
West.
There was a guy who looks exactly like your character in this knapsack, the whole thing, the backpack. With about 50 cans of Fresca in that thing, and that same sort of delivery, and you work on this character with that, Mr. West, and he's sort of that thing, and so your heart sort of that this is not just a hobby, it's his life.
And there is a difference. There's a professional fan that usurps signatures and sells them,
right?
And then there's the guy that ain't selling nothing, and is going to keep it, and that's Moose. Moose is not getting rid of any of his memorabilia at all. So how do you detect the difference? I don't know.
Yeah.
But definitely there is a difference.
And you're known to be fan friendly. When the opportunity is right and that person does approach you
respectfully.
Respectfully. Do you know what you're giving them? I would think, this is a very special moment for them.
Absolutely. And I grew up being a fan, so I understood.
Right.
And I remember a very famous movie star who will remain nameless, but he kind of, just discarded my this is before I was famous. And I decided that if I ever became famous, I would never do that. So I live by that motto, But again, how do you navigate the line of privacy? And
it is a tough line because, and again, with people who approach you, and we always think in that. Listen, we're on local radio, but whatever the stories, if somebody comes up. It's every time the edict is you shake hands, you say hi, you do the deal because that's an important thing, and sometimes as what happens with Hunter, the star in this, he lets his life cloud his remembering because it starts off with a quote from him: "I'm nothing without my fans," but he doesn't abide by that.
Well, sometimes there are good people that are bad celebrities.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
Right.
So my cure to that always has been don't go out unless you're in the mood for it.
That's good. Good rule. Yeah.
Are you in the frame of mind if you go out to dinner to be interrupted, bothered, whatever, take pictures? And if you are, go out.
Yeah.
If you're not, that's just part of the very small price you pay for this glorious life that we have.
Well, case in point, in 1996, you met a nice 21-year-old young man in Beverly Hills, California, and I had a job at the time where I was driving around cars for Enterprise Rent-A-Car in Beverly Hills, and I saw you, and the only
Thanks, Kath. With the warmer weather coming and some rain this weekend, I'm hoping that after that comes through, I'll be able to wash my car because it is in dire need of it. I tried. I think it was not last week, but the week before. I'm like, all right, we had some weather. It came and went. I washed the car. nice and clean. That lasted about a day.
Yeah.
There was still residual
Salt.
salt on
Yep.
the ground, and it got kicked up. And then now I'm just like sitting there looking at it.
It's
going,
bothering
It drives you
"It's been a
crazy.
while."
Well,
it does.
And I have a black car, so it shows it, quickly. But and I'm very good. I got to clean my car clean, and take good care of it, just because it's the thing to do. You don't want the salt rusting the undercarriage of the car.
Marissa
but it's
sent
been a while.
Sent me this article last week that we almost started using beet juice.
Wait, what?
On the roads.
Double beet juice?
Which is pretty wild because apparently it is something that is used from time to time.
Really?
So, of course, you use, rock salt and salt brine and all of that stuff. But as concerns over the environmental ramifications of increased salt content in freshwater bodies, some states and municipalities began to add beet juice into the mix.
So does that give a sort of red hue to the streets? Does it?
No.
Okay.
So the idea was that the particles in the beet juice help salt stick to the road better and lower the freezing point of the ice. An agency in New Jersey has tried the beet thing, and it's particularly common in Midwestern states like Kansas and Missouri. But some people say it's not all that great because it can make it smell kind of funky. But about 8 years ago, then council member Jim Kenney had floated the idea of using beet juice as part of the Philly treatments. He made a suggestion as part of an effort to get Council Streets and Services Committee to hold hearings evaluating Philadelphia's overall use of rock salt.
How would asbestos do since they're pulling it out of the buildings now?
But his idea with the beet juice came from conversations with dog owners who were frustrated with the health risks of their pets potentially licking off rock salt stuck to their paws after going for walks.
So when I do I'm a corner house, so I have to do the full sidewalk, and there's a lot of plowing and stuff. I have to make sure everything is clean and de-iced. And I get pet-friendly de-icer, which is like twice the cost of regular rock salt or any de-icer, but it's good it's better for the pets.
So I had found out yesterday because I had to buy rock salt or whatever. And by the way, they had like 3 different choices. I was like, I don't even know what to get here.
Yeah.
One was rated for 25 below. One was 15 below. One was 0. One had like magnesium sulfate or some nonsense. I'm like, I don't even know what to get. So I ended up I just grabbed a couple of bags of something.
Trail mix.
Trail mix. I was hungry. But this guy was telling me that rock salt, you're not supposed to use rock salt on concrete, like on sidewalks.
Because it'll F it up?
No, blacktop's fine.
Right.
Why?
But because it will erode the sidewalks.
Okay.
And yeah.
Interesting.
And
Maybe
I didn't know that.
Concrete is maybe more prone to, chipping and stuff like that from the hard rock salt. Okay.
So when it comes to your sidewalks, you're supposed to use like calcium sulfate or something along those lines.
And a lot of times you'll use whatever you can find, especially when it's bearing down on you. Like, no, garçon, can I see your selection? And, there's a blizzard bearing down on you. You get what you can get.
Your salt steward. Please.
Yes.
Please
May I
step out
recommend a fine beet salt?
So the city never actually tried using the beet juice.
Oh, this is exquisite.
They still don't use beet juice. And let's see here. So according to the deputy communications, Joy Huertes, said the question about beet juice gets brought up in city council hearings occasionally. The city is familiar with how it works. Per the statement, beet juice can be used as an additive where you can put it into the brine to help it last longer on the street. It can be added to the salt so it starts to activate before it hits the streets. And as the salt dissolves, the beet product would remain on the street until it washes away. But, I don't know what the story is on
the salt thing, though, is a big issue because that'll run off into the rivers. And, they were dumping it in the Delaware for a while just because the snow. Remember, we've had blizzards where there was so much snow, they had nowhere to put it.
Mm-hmm.
So, they'll dump it into the water, and then the saline level skips up dramatically.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Can't have that.
Somebody said this segment should be called the City Beet Juice.
Yeah, I like it that.
So I don't have any other city beet stories.
Do you have any just beet stories in general?
Maybe we have general. Well, we already did the connoisseur, which was all food related. So
we can have Nick do it, and then we can call it the Beat Nick.
I like that. I have Ed on the line. Hey, Ed. Good morning. Ed. Oh, I'm sorry. Now we can hear you. Go ahead, bud.
Hi. How are you?
Good. What's up, man?
I'm calling in because I was listening, and you were talking about rock salt and preventing the issues with the animals and stuff.
Right.
And my brother lives in Denver, and they use sand a lot because it's got salt in it, and the sand provides traction, just like like kitty litter is a fail-safe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sand.
Just
and
regular
salt,
sand.
Salt in it.
So let me ask you this, Ed. Meaning they use this is in Colorado, you said?
Yeah.
So do the like the street departments do that, or is that what homeowners and business owners will do?
The highway patrol does.
No
Better
kidding.
for the
Highway patrol.
environment.
Interesting. Okay. Well, all right. Thanks, Ed.
I think wouldn't that be more expensive, or especially in
Good
Colorado
question.
to get sand?
Not really sure.
A lot of beaches there.
I didn't think about that. I guess there's salt and sand. I mean, it comes from the ocean.
Sure.
So where you get it at the ocean, or you can get it in the desert too.
Yeah.
If you want. Your choice, whatever you want.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So thought I would bring that up. Case, our guest is not on
No,
yet.
he's still not on. He's officially 5 minutes late. So you let me know when you want me to pull the plug on it altogether.
All right. Well, I mean,
This is a disgrace.
well, that means I have to find some things to fill the time with. Which
Do you want to just do that same story again?
No.
all right.
I do have some things to fill time with. And I guess I'll just kind of pull some things out. We'll talk about it.
Oh, I know who you are now. You're the time killer.
I'm the
I'm
the
from the
time.
future.
That's what I could be. Oh my God, I love it.
From the future,
Yeah.
he eats up radio time.
Yeah.
He's the time killer.
All right, how about this? I saw this story. I thought this was kind of interesting. If you get lost in your phone apps, you may not be alone. A YouGov survey found 25% of people reported struggling to keep up with friends because they are using too many apps, meaning social media apps.
Okay.
The phenomenon is known as app fog.
App fog.
Yes.
So
Admiral App Fog.
It's a trap. Are you like, so someone's communicating primarily on Instagram or Twitter, and you're on
Yes.
Facebook.
Yep.
The two trains are not meeting.
Yeah, so it says it's caused by confusion when multiple apps are used to message friends. The survey found that 33% said that they'd missed a night out or an important event with friends as a result of this confusion.
night out. You guys went out without me because I was on Instagram and you made plans on Twitter.
I'll tell you what, I hate the invitation over Facebook. Like when they create an event and they invite you that way and they're like, well, you never responded. I'm like, to what?
I
never got
Kathy,
it. I don't even know where it is. I didn't see it. I don't even know how to get there.
It's been like 10 years, maybe even more, since I posted anything on Facebook. I just don't use it.
But people do it all the time. They'll create events solely on Facebook and think that you're going to see it and be there.
By the way, I have a Facebook post story to share in a moment.
All right.
So it's something that you guys will enjoy.
But Facebook events are annoying because once you see it once, it's impossible to find it again.
Where the hell does it go?
You
Where
go
does
to the
it
events
go?
tab and it's like, oh, there's a movie premiere in your neighborhood. And I'm like, that's not what I want. I want the thing that so-and-so, who I forgot their name.
I want that beet juice exhibition.
So the data showed young people's relationships were far more affected by app fog than older generations. App fog caused
It's a trap.
nearly 20% of young respondents to lose touch with a friend compared to just 5% of those in the
You
older.
guys went out for a tabletop pancake. And you didn't invite me.
older age group. So app fog is apparently something now
And the
because you
dumbest
can
thing I've
get
ever
get lost, right?
Do ships at sea have to be aware of this?
I would think so, right? They might just pass in the night and not even realize that it was app fog that did it.
Ran aground because you weren't on WhatsApp.
Our guest is on the line. He's ready.
Oh, how about
He's ready
that
to
crap?
go. And the show that he is promoting is going to be at the Miriam Theater on Wednesday night. And we've had many people by concerning this program, and we love it. It's Mystery Science Theater 3000. This is Mystery Science Theater 3000 live the Time Bubble Tour.
Yes.
And one of my favorite characters on Mystery Science Theater 3000 is Crow T. And we have the man who voices him live. Please welcome, and I hope not mess up his name, Nate Beagle is on the program.
Is that right? Yeah.
Hey, Nate, how you doing? Did I get it right?
You said it correctly.
Beagle.
Good dog.
I'm sure you get bagel and Begali and God only
All
knows
the things.
what else.
Begali, I haven't gotten, but that
Well, you just got it.
I just made it a little more European for you there for a moment. Begali. Listen, Nate, how long have you been with the Mystery Science Theater 3000 crew?
I have thankfully been a part of this show since the start of the last tour that we did. The last tour the Great Cheesy Movie Circus Tour. So all of us in the cast right now, right here, Connor McGiffin, who plays Tom Servo.
Hey, we got Tom Servo
Joining
too.
us as well. Good morning. We all of us in this new cast, Emily Marsh, Yvonne Fries, Connor McGiffin, and myself, joined as part of the new live cast for the Great Cheesy Movie Circus Tour back in 2019.
And it's been very
they
successful.
Kept us around. They like
So-
us. I don't know why.
I need to know what an audition for Mystery Science Theater is like, because you can't just, it can't be a little bit. You had to have sat down for an entire movie to show your skills, I would imagine.
So
right?
it's funny you should actually say that, and Connor will chime in on this too. Connor and I both have musical theater, stage backgrounds as well, and been on a myriad of auditions for lots of different musicals and other stage plays and things like that.
It's true, we're theater rats.
Yes, we're dirty theater rats. And this audition, I've actually had to go on record and say, was actually one of the more involved, detailed, and difficult auditions that we've ever had to come across.
Yep.
What were some of the things that they made us do?
We had to do 32 bars of a song. We had to do a monologue, and we had to do a round of impressions all through
the puppet.
All through the
And
puppet.
then-
Okay, you guys are the puppeteers as well, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
We are,
you're everything.
We are puppeteering and voicing them at the same time.
There you go.
And had you ever worked puppets before, or was this brand new to you as well?
So for me, I've been a professional puppeteer for 25 years. But for Sweet Connor,
brand new.
This
Brand
is
new.
His first official puppet gig.
Well, Nate, you were with the Jim Henson crew for a while, were you not?
Yes, I've worked with the Jim Henson Company and the Walt Disney Company and Universal Studios, doing lots of puppetry
And-
things with them as well.
And Emily, the lead, right? She also has a history of puppeteering, yes?
Yes, she has as well. Yeah, she's also a very adept puppeteer. Another very adept puppeteer, Yvonne Fries, who played Megathenia and GPC. She puppeteers GPC as well.
Well, there
we just got it.
We got the crew, yes. I assume this is the room with the mini fridge, right? Because everyone keeps coming in.
Actually, there is. There's nothing in it yet, but it is the room with the mini fridge here. Here in Raleigh, we're in Durham. Yeah, Durham, North Carolina.
So the movie that is the movie that is selected for skewering is Making Contact, which is that an early Roland Emmerich film?
It very much is. And it's so funny. We ask a lot of people, whenever we talk about it, we always ask this question. Has anybody seen Making Contact?
I actually have.
You have? You did it on purpose?
Yeah, I love crappy movies, and Roland Emmerich is known for. This is a perfect mystery science movie because it is. You can't take a movie that has started with the notion that they're going to become a cult movie by sheer force of crappiness. You have to take a movie that really attempted to be legit and good, and those are the ones that work the best. This is a perfect selection.
I 100% agree. It's one of the more perfect movies that the show has ever riffed upon, for sure. But it is wild. And we've seen it how many times now?
So many, because we also wrote on it. So and including rehearsals. So we've seen it, probably 100 times.
We've seen this movie over 100 times.
So percentage-wise, as you do this, obviously there is stuff that's pre-written, but there's also improvisational things that are occurring. What's the percentage, would you say, once you've gone through the movie so many times and it becomes this finally, burnished masterpiece with you guys riffing on it?
Well, yes.
Obviously.
Have you seen this already? It is. It's a masterpiece.
What percentage do you still allow for the riffing and improv?
Oh, I would say it's about 98% scripted, 2% improv.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Whoa, I'd say my track is about 60-40.
Okay. Yvonne does a lot more improvisation than we do.
Okay.
She has a lot more audience
75-25.
interaction. She has a lot more audience interaction right out of the gate. So it really depends on the house too, and every crowd is different. And so if the crowd really shows up and is in the zone, as it were, and feels like they've already had a couple before they sat down, they're in a great place, and so we'll feel a little bit more comfortable to volley with them a little bit more.
Cool. Okay, I need to ask the format of the show and where you guys are sitting while this is going on. Do we see your backs like we do on the television show, like that was done, or are you facing the audience while you're doing this?
We are actually facing the audience. We made this. It's very much a live. There's going to be the Emily and the bots are off, just off to when you're looking at the movie screen, a little off to the right.
Perfect.
And they're a little dimly lit, so you get to see that adds a lot of more audience interaction as well.
And this was a decision because in previous tours they did the silhouettes up until the previous tour, the Great Cheesy Movie Circus tour, and the cast got frustrated because people thought that it was just filmed, like it wasn't live.
It was pre-recorded.
Right.
They were like, why are we here? We
Right.
should just watch this,
Right.
you know.
Right. Yeah.
So you actually get to see the riffs happen in real time.
Yeah, it all kind of worked very
with a face.
It all kind of worked very serendipitously to do that because the screen is actually about 10 feet off the ground now versus stage level, so that became a little bit more of a tricky situation to try to create a silhouette version from 10 feet up in the air live. So out of necessity, we kind of moved them out, and that just worked out better for the live crowd.
And people want to see that. I think also it's so think of the original show. The budget was threadbare. I mean, there was a little bit. I assume that each performance of this live show is probably exceeds any one of the original TV shows' budgets, right? I mean, to do it live the way you're doing, right? I mean, because it's a production, right?
Inflation.
Yeah.
No, I think I know what you mean. Yeah, I probably. I mean, it's as far as I don't know. It's
we're certainly more. We have more. We're more adventurous with our puppeteering than in the first couple seasons of the show. Yeah. We're able to do a little bit more, and that's how they staged it. They staged it and lit it in a way where the puppets are able to move around with more ease and take over the space much easier than in earlier seasons where they're just Tom's on the right of the desk, Crow's on the left, Joel's in the middle, and they stay there.
Okay.
Yeah, so for the sketches, you can see Crow's walking around. Tom can actually fly around live on stage.
That's
GPC's
cool.
Floating in and out. Her tube is all. Yvonne does some magical things with her tube.
Tube.
I probably could have said that out loud before.
Quite a tubist.
Do the characters do any?
Tubist.
Do the characters do any Q&A with the audience at all during the performance?
No, not
That's the meet and greet.
Yeah, we have a meet and greet.
A meet and greet.
Yeah,
Okay.
VIPs that meet us beforehand. We do a little bit of a Q&A.
Okay.
Well, you're getting
so it's pretty much like it plays very much like an episode of the show from top to bottom once it starts.
And I can't speak to the budget, but there's what you see on stage is only a fraction of what's going on backstage.
Right. Yeah.
So, we're traveling with our own crew or some of our own crew, and then also meeting up with local crew. So, there's a whole bunch of people working on it behind the scenes to make the magic happen.
So many props, you guys. So many props.
Nice.
Well, guys, Joel actually lives here in the Philly area, as well as Matt McGinnis, who grew up in the Philly area. He sent me a message this morning, and he just wants me to say, good luck. We're all counting on you.
Nice. Great airplane
genius, Matt McGinnis.
I love it. All right, well, listen, it's the show is so much fun. The live version, I got to get out to someday. It's a great interactive event.
It's a guaranteed winner.
Miriam Theater, Wednesday at 7 p.m. You can get tickets at mst3klive.com or check the Miriam website, and you will be able to do it. We hope you guys have a great time while you were in Philadelphia. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you, guys. Good morning.
Connor and Tom and or not Tom. Connor is Tom. Connor and Nate and Yvonne. Thank you guys. Take care. Mystery Science Theater 3000. I love that show.
It's the first time we ever had additional guests come in through a door that opened behind the guest.
Yes. While we were talking to Nate, Connor came in, and then a little while later, Yvonne came in, and they just jumped in. We didn't even know we were going to be talking to those guys. I thought we were just going to be talking.
That's like paneling in the Zoom age.
Yeah. So I know, we have another interview coming up. We're going to talk to G-Love. We should probably take a break and come back,
take a break.
right?
Yeah.
There was a story I was going to share with you guys. I may have to save it for tomorrow.
Oh, what is it? Give us a teaser.
It's somebody who posted something on Facebook about getting stuck in the snow, and it was really stupid, and they were really unprepared.
I want to hear it.
We have a little bit of time. Is this a... Is this just a story you want to tell, or has this got legs to it?
It might lead to
All
conversation.
right. Well, then we'll pause and we'll get some cold beverages, Preston.
That we will. Because G-Love is in next. See what he did there? We'll take a break, come back, and the Beat File is coming up, too. Stay with us.
That I could think the
Preston and Steve.
John Travolta. and you came over and you looked me in the eye just like you did 10 minutes ago and shook my hand and said, "Hi, it's very nice to meet you." And then you went about your day, but you couldn't have been more pleasant. And I've heard countless stories of how kind you are to people, and it's not hard to be nice. And I think people just lose sight of that. It's really easy to just be a decent, nice person to everybody
also,
else.
Let's face it, what you resist, you become. The more you withdraw from it, the worse it gets. So just, own it.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to tell you, on the shaved head thing, I endorse it 100%.
You look good.
There's a movie that I love of yours. A lot of people are not familiar with it. They should be. It's From Paris with Love.
Oh, hell yeah.
And damn, you are the baddest badass in that movie. Preston, this movie will rock your world.
Okay, I haven't seen
and John is amazing in it. Who's the director of that?
Movie. That's the guy that did oh gosh, you've tested me now.
Yeah, he's great. He's done a whole bunch of stuff that's similar.
Fantastic.
But did you enjoy making that film?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Because they were demanding stunts and action that I've never, had done before, and I had to do them myself. And I loved the badass character. He was just whatever. He was bold.
Yeah.
Pierre Morel, is that it?
Yes, there's
Pierre
some.
Morel.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you.
Well, I looked it up.
You've
so.
saved me.
What would you prefer, stunts or dancing?
Dancing.
Come on.
Any day.
Well, did Pitbull inspire?
Yeah, he's my buddy.
He's your buddy. You're in a video of his.
I love my Pitbull. He's. I met him 3 years ago just to reach out and tell him, how much as a fan.
Right.
And then he's such a brilliant entrepreneur. He got thinking about it, and he said, maybe I should have put him in one of my videos dancing, because nobody's dancing very much anymore.
Right.
He does, but
Right.
nobody else really. So I thought, well, hell, I'll join him. And
I think Christopher. I'm sorry to interrupt. I think Christopher Walken has danced in every single movie, even if it's for just a
Tiny
quick
bit.
shuffle step. I think in every single role he's ever done.
Got a Broadway history. Music. Yeah,
And you danced with him in Hairspray.
I certainly did.
Yes.
He played my husband.
That's right.
So I wanted to ask you, because you had 3 movies in a row that I really loved of yours, and it started with Wild Hogs. I can't believe I loved it as much as I was laughing out loud.
It's a funny movie.
It is a funny movie. It really is. It surprised me with how funny it was. I don't know if that's a backhanded compliment or whatever, but
no, it's a funny movie, and who would have thought a bunch of old guys in motorcycles would be that funny?
But your character as Edna Turnblatt in Hairspray, and I love that movie. I have songs from that movie in my iPod. You Can't Stop the Beat is a really, really great song.
Great. Yeah.
And then followed by Bolt. And speaking of songs,
he's not kidding.
I'm not kidding. I Nearly Lost You. It was a duet that you did with Miley Cyrus. Yes. I have that on my iPod.
Do you really?
I do. And I thought you sounded great in that. So this is a long diatribe. But what do you prefer, singing or dancing?
I'd still prefer dancing, but I enjoy singing because I did both as an early professional. In order to work in New York, you had to sing, you had to act, you had to dance. 3 chances of getting employment.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed all of them.
Yeah.
But I'm most comfortable dancing, and then probably acting and singing. I just happened to be able to hold a pretty good tune,
Well,
I had a very high, like almost a high baritone or tenor.
You still do.
Voice, yes.
You still do. I mean, in Bolt, in that song, and I would ask anybody that has an iTunes account or whatever, listen to the song if you haven't heard it before. It's the song that ends.
He's played it for us many times.
Maybe, but it's the song that runs at the end of the movie.
Well, it just seems that my voice is like. For instance, You're the One That I Want in Greece.
Yeah.
And Bolt song, there's this high, range that I sing in that it's kind of different than most people. So it's kind of identifiable as my niche or something as a singer.
I love the way you sing. You're the one that, because you're the one that I want.
Yeah.
Having a falsetto.
A lot of yodels in that song.
A lot of yodels. So with a career as long as yours, getting back to the Fanatic,
it's biblical, yes.
It seems I never hear stories of you. There never seems to be a situation like a moose ending up. You don't seem to draw that kind of.
I don't, because I think because I embrace my fans.
Yeah.
and I actually communicate with them, there is not that urge to. I'm not a mystery as much, and I'm not a can't have.
Right.
And as soon as you become a can't have, it starts a frenzy.
Do you so some people are calling it a horror suspense. Do you like things of the things that make you
I
uncomfortable?
like the ones I've done. I love Carrie. When I was a kid, I did that movie. And
was that your first major film?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, with Brian De Palma, and then we got together again for Blowout, and I certainly love that.
Which is so we work obviously with audio. It took the classic film Blow Up and made it audio.
Yes, exactly.
And so I remember thinking, and I thought with the editing and all that stuff, it actually was one of the things like I think I want to do this. But Brian De Palma is a brilliant. Did you see the documentary on him recently?
I haven't.
He goes on about you in it, and just nothing but accolades and working with you. But it's a really cool insight to the movie.
When did this come out? I'd love to see it.
I watched it on iTunes.
Netflix or iTunes?
Netflix, it's probably all over the place.
I'm gonna have to see that one because I love documentaries.
Yeah.
I mean, they're my favorite entertainment.
There's actually CNN is doing a good series on movies now, a documentary series, and you are figuring prominently in it as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Two things to watch.
John, I wanted to ask in The Fanatic, your character Moose mentions a couple of times somebody you've worked with before, and that's Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
And
she's got two pools.
I got a kick out of hearing that because I'm sure you guys are friends or have been over the years, and maybe it's been a while. But has word gotten back to her that, or have you heard from her that she's mentioned in that?
Not yet, but soon.
Okay.
Soon. I invited her to the premiere, so maybe she'll learn that.
Yeah. I thought, was that Fred's idea to include that, or did he write that in?
Okay. He wrote that. All the dialogue is. I improvised quite a bit, but all the primary dialogue is Fred's.
Okay.
Because it seems. But I was reading that he was working with you, sort of. Asking questions to Moose to incite responses, so that you started to think.
That's
in that
the actor, and Fred he's a really terrific actor as well as a director. But he's the only director I've worked with that actually could do this. But he would legitimately improvise with me as Moose, and it got me in the frame of mind. And then I would go to each department. I go to the lighting department, the wardrobe, the makeup here, and I'd be in character, and I'd have them ask me questions. And it was like a juggernaut. And as soon as Fred sensed that I had arrived at the Moose zone,
the Moose zone,
boom, we would do action.
That's cool.
And it was a very, very great way to. There's nothing better for an actor to prep than for someone to ask them questions about them.
In the character.
In the character.
So
to think in the character.
Is that classically what we would refer to as method?
No, I'd say it's a method.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the classic method because it is more about reliving past incidents and things. I think this is more...
And you never had a mullet.
And I never had a mullet. But I do think that assuming the beingness of a character quickly is where you want to be when you do a role. And it helps you to be that when you're asked questions before you go on.
Sure.
It's nice.
You didn't have a mullet, but you did have long hair in Pulp Fiction, and I get you in my phone fairly frequently. When I'm running late to the gym, my trainer will send me a text, and it's just you doing the looking around me give in Pulp Fiction. In that role, you played such an interesting character because you're lost a lot of the time, and you're in this haze, but you're also in this like euphoria. Where did that come from?
It's a very good question because he's a hitman, but he's also they call it chippy, a weekend heroin addict. And I thought, well, I have no reality on that. I'm gonna have to find out. So I interviewed several heroin addicts and asked them about how they felt. And then finally one day I said, look, I'm never gonna do it, so you have to help me understand that feeling. And he said, okay, well, I really can't, but if you have to know the beginning of the feeling, is get really drunk on tequila and lay in a body of warm water. And he said that little bit of feeling is the beginning of that.
Did you do that?
I did that. And of course, when I'm not a drinker either, but when I did it, everyone I knew wanted to join me in the experiment. Oh, that sounds cool. When are we doing that? Wow. Okay, we are doing my character study together tomorrow night.
Man, that sounds like fun. I want to do that.
It was fun, and then from there I grew, and then with the descriptions that they told me, and I was able to design it. But that's even Quentin didn't know all the time what I was doing because he just trusted me. He said, John, well, I don't why he's walking that slow, why he's talking this slow. I'll figure it out later. But
He let you go? He just let you go?
He just let me go.
Wow.
Because I think the great ones do that. Brian De Palma and Quentin and Robert Altman and Mike Nichols, all those guys I worked with all had that one thing in common. They hired you, you're 90% there. 10% is guiding you here and there.
Is that what happened? So it's Saturday Night Fever. John Badham was the director?
Yeah, he let me go because I said, Badham, you're from Texas. I'm from New York. I know this guy better.
Yeah.
So leave me alone. I'll help you with me, and then I won't interfere with how you direct
It's got to be the ultimate compliment as an actor for a director to say, you got it.
It is,
Yeah.
and it's the smartest.
Yeah, yeah.
If the actor is trustworthy.
Right.
I think it's the only way to go. Because otherwise you get a mediocre performance as opposed to a kind of a higher end performance.
I want to ask you, you've worked with John Woo twice, right?
Oh, yes.
So you did Face Off and Broken Arrow. And for a guy who's so incredibly likable, you play a incredibly adroit prick in those movies. You are so evil.
I haven't figured that out yet. How is that possible?
But it seems to me you enjoyed it so much, especially with playing basically Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
With that, and you are so hilariously evil in that. Was that just a joy?
It was a joy.
Yeah.
And it was easier for me than it was for Nicholas.
Because he had to tamp down.
Well, Nicholas really had to find me somewhere, and he had a hard time finding me in the movies because I'm different in most movies. But Nicholas is very specific in his talk and his behavior, and so it was a little easier for me to grasp his side of it than it was for him to grasp my side.
So I wanted to ask you, let's get away from acting for a second. I wanted to ask you about your planes and your pilot's license. What ratings do you have, and how long did it take you to get them?
Okay, you ready for the long list?
Well, so I have a couple of friends that are pilots, and so I'm a little bit familiar with it.
Okay, I have 10,000 hours in the air.
Jeez.
It's quite a bit. I have, 12 jet ratings, 747, 707, Gulfstream, Citation, Lear, Hawker, Falcon jet, three different fighter jets.
No kidding.
Oh, wow.
Wait, which fighter? Because Preston and I have both flown in fighter jets.
Yeah, I went
we
up
didn't
with the
pilot it.
No, I got to fly mine little. I went up with the Blue Angels. And,
did you?
Yeah.
How was that?
Media flight. It was amazing.
Did they make you sick?
I passed out and puked.
That's why I won't go with them because I don't want to do that. I have too much pride to end up, doing that.
All right, thank you very much, Kathy. Our next guest is coming to town. You gotta love his brand of music because it's feel good tunes. Yep. That's what's so great about it.
It's on a hell of a show too.
Put you in a good mood and just feel like hanging out with everybody. And of course, he's gonna be at the TLA on. So what happened there?
Yo, I have no idea. I need some
Trying to play some music from our next guest. The Juice Up Tours at the TLA on Saturday at 8:30. Tickets are on sale right now, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Philly's own G-Love. Good morning, sir. Hold on, wait. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Look, man. I thought you said I was going to be like a regular, and we haven't talked in over a year.
So that's regular. Yeah,
Sure.
You get once a year.
Since the pandemic.
I remember
since the pandemic, which you're still in.
when we all got shut in, we started, reaching out to some friends, seeing how everybody was doing, and you were one of them, and you were out raising chickens last time we spoke to you, I think.
Now we're back on tour, so the chickens and the goats have been rehomed. A lot of stuff's happened since the last time we talked. I think I've had 2 more babies. This is Blueberry. He's had about 25 babies.
All right. For those who can't see, G-Love's holding a dog in his lap.
It's a cutie.
Oh, cute. All right, wait. So you've had 2 kids since we spoke?
Well, just one, but we had a baby right before COVID, little Garrett, and now we have June, who was born. Yeah, he was a COVID baby.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you had to have something to do.
That's like when you're home, not on the road. Then
Yeah.
Yeah. You have sex. Yeah. Then babies come.
And are the chickens all gone?
Chickens are gone. Chickens got it's sad actually. We had a predation by coyotes.
Oh no!
Yeah, no, we had 2 chickens, and with the 3 kids, my wife's like, I can't deal with the freaking chickens. So our friends, chickens.
Yeah.
More chickens, rock and roll, baby. I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
I gotcha. It was either get rid of the kids or get rid of the chickens, and the chickens had to go. I got it. All right. So listen, you've been you're coming in town, like I said, on Saturday. But you guys have been out and about. What's touring been like lately?
Yeah, it's been cold. It's been snowy, and I think on the real, I think some people just aren't ready to go out yet because you have some circumstances where people bought tickets and they won't come out.
Yeah.
But then there's plenty of people that come out. And of course, we're on the way to Florida, which is where they never heard about COVID anyhow. So
right,
it's only going to get better.
And you're with the Juice. So tell us about your band. That's the Juice.
So yeah, we got Chuck Treese, Philadelphia legend, on drums. Jimmy Jazz from the Special Sauce, and Van Gordon Martin, a great lead guitar player from Boston. But I guess the big story this year, like musically, was Chuck Treese and I reconnecting actually at a Jersey Shore gig in LBI at Bird and Betty's, and we just been playing ever since. We played a lot of people's backyards this year. And we made a new record. It's called Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Oh.
So that's coming in June.
Nice.
That's very cool. Very
Nice.
cool.
What's the Philadelphia, Mississippi connection?
Yeah, so I've always, there's a small city in Mississippi called Philadelphia, and I've always thought, man, that's pretty cool. And being a blues man myself, I've always thought, like, man, it would be so cool to go record a record down in Philadelphia, Mississippi. We didn't record it in Philadelphia. We recorded it in Coldwater, Mississippi, with Luther Dickinson from the North Mississippi All-Stars. But the record was really about Chuck Treese making a pilgrimage from Philadelphia to Mississippi to the Hill Country and the Delta Blues, and bringing our hip-hop blues with a lot of collaborating with a lot of upcoming new generation blues men and women, and also some old-timers as well. So it's really cool.
Wow.
And then we brought it back. We actually got the singles called Love from Philly, which featuring Schoolie D.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah. How's he doing?
Man, he's great, man. Yeah, so we caught up down in Fishtown and cut him, I guess, this summer. Yeah.
Hey, all right, so we have you on Zoom right now so we can see what you look like and everything. What is on your thumb right now? Is that like a finger pick thingy?
Yeah, that's my finger pick.
Okay. Are you wearing that for like fashion, or do you?
Or were you getting ready to play something?
Yeah.
No, I mean I got my guitar right here.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'll play a little chorus from Love from Philly. It goes like
Okay.
this.
All right. Let's check it out.
Electricity is rolling through me like the kite to the key to the money in cryptocurrency, and my beat is connected to the street. No matter where I roam, the sound of Philly that's alive in my bones and my blood. It's a family thing. So max and relax to the song that we sing. 76, it's a Philly thing. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. It's nitty gritty. Hot sauce in the city. Yo, parking lot hustlers. South Street structures. Yo, but now we chilling out on MMR, baby. You know how we do it, Preston, Steve. Oh, yeah. Now, love from Philly. Love from Philly. Love. Love, love. Love from Philly, love from Philly, love. I got nothing but love for you.
Yeah! I love that. Shout out to us and the Nitty Gritty. Is that Gritty? Like the Flyers Gritty? Is that a shout out to him?
Who's that?
Oh, you don't know. Gritty's
know.
the Flyers mascot now.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Damn, I've been living up in Massachusetts for too long. Man.
Hey, by the way, did you? We was talking to Preston earlier. Boston got slammed. Massachusetts got slammed with the snowstorm. How'd you fare?
Yeah, well, actually, we played Boston that night, and then after the show, we got in because I had the family out with me, so we followed the tour bus down to the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. So right when the storm was starting to hit. At like 11, and the roads got kind of dicey, but we made it, and good thing we left that night because, yeah, I mean, all of New England was shut down on Saturday. So.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, G, with with how we're communicating now, Zoom kind of being a product of the pandemic. I mean, the technology already existed, but it really took off when people were shacked in at home and wanted to hang out. And when we've found this now, a new way to do interviews and a better way because we can see you, you can see us, and there's something about that connection. What about with musicians and being able to maybe collaborate and using this technology? And, because we saw people getting together and doing jam sessions and stuff like that. Have you been using it more to hook up with friends and musically and play or write or do things like that?
Yeah, actually, I mean, not so much now that we're kind of hopefully getting back to normal, but yeah, I mean, during the spring, the beginning of the spring of the pandemic and that summer, I was doing like Zoom guitar lessons, Zoom songwriting sessions. Actually, I was doing shouts out to this kid in Philly named Noah Gibney. We wrote 13 songs, and he made a record out of it. So yeah, we did a lot of writing and communication like that. And then I do like Zoom parties, and live streams. But yeah, I'm all zoomed out, man.
Yeah, it's just, listen, while it's cool, it's just not the same. It's not the same. Yeah.
It's funny because I was wondering, I was like, am I just calling in on these guys or we zooming? Yeah, no, I agree. It's like, it's fun. It's a whole new thing. It's fun. It's funny because right before the pandemic, I was taking vocal lessons on tour before every show, and so my new teacher had got me hip to Zoom, so I was like hip to Zoom before.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, what a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Zooming. Yeah, a lot of stuff's happened this past year. What's up with the WMMR NFT?
Well, wait, I want to know all about your NFTs. I just saw this. You have the Juice Gang plus your Blazed Ape. I want to hear all about your NFTs.
Oh yeah, okay. So we have an NFT out now. It's called Juice Gang, and it's a celebration of the Grammy-nominated The Juice record from characters from all of our animated videos that went with that record. And people want to check that out, they can go to nft.philadelphonic.com. And it's cool. The crypto community and the NFT community is a really happening space. And so some dude hit me on Twitter, and he was from Philly, and he must work on some NFTs called Blazed Ape Smokers Unit or something.
Yeah, that's like one of the biggest NFTs out there right now.
What's that?
The Blazed Ape is one of the biggest NFTs out there. So the fact that you're a Blazed Ape is pretty awesome.
Yeah, so they made like a G-Love one with a harmonica. And, yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, so I need you to tell me though, when you were approached by about NFTs and so, did you fully understand it the first time it was explained to you? Do you still understand it now that you're a part of it?
No.
I don't get it. I mean, it's a way to make money, but I don't know, man.
And like, do you understand? Are you trying to make some money?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, look, no, on a serious note, though, I always say to people that, which is something that someone told me in 2017, like, you're trying to wrap your head around, like, what is Bitcoin or what is this? This just doesn't make sense. And then this dude was like, look, just get a Coinbase account, put $100 or $500, whatever you want to put in, and just get your feet wet. So that's what I did. And I've been into it for a while. Actually, it's pretty cool. There's this guy, Scott Melker, and he's from Florida, but he was a Philly kid for a while. He's a DJ at Glam and a lot of places down in Old City. And he's like now the Dan Rather of crypto. Like he's like got a huge following. It's unbelievable.
Well, it's funny how it vacillates, and then a lot of people start running towards it, and then they run away from it. But it seems to appeal to a lot of people who want to have a little bit more control over what their currency is worth. And it's a listen, again, for as much as I dive in and try to understand it fully, I only scratch the surface. And a lot of people I know who really seem to understand it still don't quite seem to understand it. So it's still in that shaking out process.
Well, I will tell you this. I got hacked 2 weeks ago.
Huh.
And I did a really stupid thing. I gave up. You have to be careful because there's websites, there's this like the NFT trading website, the main one's called OpenSea. And I Googled OpenSea and I pressed on a phishing site. There was an exact replica of that website. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it, it acted like it. You could not tell the difference. And I gave up what's called, your seed phrase, and you're so stupid. And man, they took me, they cleaned me out, bro.
No.
Oh my God, it was the worst feeling ever, man. Like at 1 minute, I'm looking at my, my wallet stacked because I was about to buy all this stuff. Next minute, I was like, it's gone. Where'd it go?
Oh, no. May I ask how much you lost?
I lost over $50,000.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
So we're gonna start a GoFundMe. No, I'm just
Well, people can buy tickets to the show at the TLA.
That's how you
one way
fund
that you
it.
can help out.
Yeah. Or they could buy my NFT.
They could do that too. Yeah,
And what's
Marissa?
cool about your NFTs is they come with albums, they come with signed posters, chance to win tickets. So that is a big thing about NFTs is that you're only getting this digital file that you can like display on your wall or take a screenshot of, but you're giving more to it. So congratulations on blowing it up and making it more tangible.
Yeah, well, it's cool. It's cool to just kind of jump into a new creative space. So,
Right.
So that's what's happening.
Nice. All right. Well, listen, G, when's the new record coming out again? And it's Philadelphia,
the
Mississippi.
New record's dropping in June. It'll be on. It is actually dropping as an NFT and as a regular release. Dropping on vinyl, and it's got some great special guests, like I mentioned, Schoolie D, Chuck Treese, Kingfish Ingram. You hip to him, Preston?
No, who is he?
He's a young blues kid, Kingfish. You got to check him out.
All right.
He plays with everybody. He's the guy. Alvin Youngblood Hart, a lot of great musicians. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. Philadelphia, Mississippi. We're repping hard from the 215 on this one.
Nice, man. You always surround yourself with great musicians, and it always comes out on top, man. The TLA Saturday.
It sound good somehow,
You're the best, Garrett. It's good to catch up with you, man. Thanks for coming on this morning.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you in a year.
Yeah, buddy. G-Love, guys. See you in a year.
Yo,
He's great, man, and it's good time music. That's what great. You go to the show, it's just kind of, how can you not love cold beverage? But it's just a bunch of feel-good tunes, and he's got this vibe about him that's real inclusive.
So
it's excellent.
Great concert. He played a concert. It was on the beach at Brigantine, and man, he was awesome.
Yep. So
I remember first coming up as an intern at Y100, and Tower Records in Center City had it was awesome, man. It was like one of the first events I ever worked as an intern, like Street Squad member, and he they closed the store down, and he just performed for maybe like 50 people. It was awesome. It was so cool.
All right, well, listen. We haven't done the Bizarre File yet.
Oh!
So why don't we do it now?
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you this morning by Family and Company Jewelers. If you are ring shopping this Valentine's Day, make sure you visit your Family and Company Jewelers on Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey, online at familyjewelers.com, South Jersey's diamond destination. A huge shipment of 20,000 coconuts filled with liquid cocaine has been discovered at a Colombian port en route to Italy.
Is that where cocaine comes from? Coconuts?
It comes from
the CO. Yeah, I got it now.
A lot of people don't know that. Yeah.
Coke and nuts.
Yeah, coke nuts. Yes, cocaine, coconuts, it all comes from there. Yes.
Coconut salad.
Yes.
Fresh coconut milk.
Cocaine coconuts.
Cocaine coconuts.
Mm-hmm.
New England boiled coconut.
Crack coconuts.
I hate coconuts.
So 20,000 of them were filled with liquid cocaine. An anti-drug unit of the Colombian National Prosecutor's Office, working with a special police team, found the coconuts hidden in 500 canvas bags on a container due to leave the Caribbean port on Italy's to head to Genoa on Italy's northwestern coast. Upon inspection, it was established that the water in the tropical fruit had been exchanged for liquid cocaine. The authorities have sent the coconuts to a laboratory to establish the exact amount of cocaine that they contain. They're also investigating exactly where the coconuts were loaded and who was due to receive them in Genoa. And apparently, dissolving cocaine in water to disguise its appearance is a common way of smuggling the drug, although swapping the water and coconuts for diluted cocaine is rare.
Oh.
Yeah.
Requires a little extra work. A little extra loving care.
This is messed up. A former NASA executive and police officer in Virginia will likely spend the rest of his life behind bars for killing his neighbor, a member of the Maryland National Guard, in a shooting that was entirely caught on a Ring doorbell camera. A judge handed down a life sentence with the possibility of parole for 52-year-old Michael Heddle for shooting his next-door neighbor, Javon Prather, 7 times just moments after the 24-year-old had knocked on his neighbor's door. According to the report, the two neighbors had a very contentious relationship dating back to 2016 that culminated with Prather being shot while standing on the porch of Heddle's home. Video of the shooting was captured by Heddle's own Ring door camera. Okay, so the damaging footage he played during Heddle's trial, that was played in Heddle's trial, that ended with a jury finding him guilty on charges of first-degree murder, by the way. The jurors were able to see the shock on Javon's face. They saw Javon run for his life. They saw the defendant go after him and continue to fire. They saw Javon crumble to the ground as a bullet struck his spine.
Jeez.
And they saw the defendant take aim at him on the ground and fire one more round into his body. The video showed Prather walking from his house to Heddle's, knock on the door. He then stepped back and appeared to be standing a little more than 2 feet from the door with his hands in his pockets when Heddle reportedly opened the door and just shot 6 times. Just shot him cold. Yeah, in 7 seconds. The attorney claims, Heddle's attorney claims that the shooting was in self-defense, despite the fact that the video reportedly showed Prather running away from Heddle's door when he saw the gun. Prosecutors said that Prather was executed. Making matters worse for Heddle, after killing Prather, he could be seen pointing the loaded weapon at his wife, at Prather's wife, whom he then threatened to shoot when she tried to drag her husband's limp body back to their property. It's all kinds of messed up. Heddle, prior to the shooting, was reportedly working in risk mitigation at NASA headquarters in Washington, D.C. for the agency's Enterprise Protection Program.
Yeah, we're watching the footage. The wife is trying to get over and tend to her husband, and he's holding a gun on her.
Yeah, he's a psycho.
Yeah.
He's an absolute psycho. A stranger walked into the neonatal intensive care unit at an Iowa hospital and then bottle-fed a baby that wasn't his.
Oh, my God. What?
Yeah, this is really weird. Des Moines police...
You ever get that urge?
...are trying to identify a man that they say got into the Mercy One Medical Center around midnight pretending to be the father of a baby. He slipped by a nurse, bottle-fed a baby at the NICU, and then he left.
My work is done here.
The family obviously is very frightened. Police say the man, seen on surveillance video, is trespassing, but what they didn't know is why he did it.
Because it was there.
A lawyer that deals with medical malpractice cases said the hospital has a duty of care to babies in the NICU, and an unidentified person claiming to be a parent should not have been allowed in. Mercy One called the incident extremely troubling in a statement and says that it has since expanded security. So this guy just walked in, fed the baby, and left.
That is pretty terrifying.
Yep. All right, are we wrapping it up there?
Yes.
All right, we got to keep it short. I've been told in the interest of time... We will take time. I sound like Bill.
Time.
There's some time.
Time is the fire in which we burn.
We'll take a Santa's got to go.
Santa's got to go.
We'll take a break. Take a break and we'll come back. We'll get to the lesson question, the trash and music news. Stay put.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Will it be fast food or fancy food?
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel?
Yeah.
Do you like schnitzel?
It's not bad. It's it's good. I mean, it's not great, but yum. Yeah, it'll do it.
Is that what Christoph Waltz is eating during Inglourious Bastards?
No, that's strudel.
Strudel, okay. Because I love me some strudel.
Schnitzel is very sweet.
Yeah. Do you know what schnitzel is?
Is it? No. Is it a baked good? Is it a salty baked good?
It's pork.
Oh, then no.
Fried pork.
Okay.
Essentially, it's like a fried pork tenderloin, so it's not anything like a schnitzel.
I don't like it much. Yeah.
You don't like schnitzel?
Nah, I'm not a big schnitzel guy.
I mean, I like it. It's good enough. So anyhow, Schnitzel Fest event in Bavaria, Germany, apparently used 400 pork chops, 4,000 eggs, 551 pounds of breadcrumbs to create a giant schnitzel. And the resulting schnitzel is 2,663 pounds.
Wow. People must have been schnitting for weeks after.
That's good, dude.
You knew it was coming.
I just took a hairy schnit.
753.5 square feet is how big it is.
Wow.
I've had schnitzel in Germany, in Munich. We were having dinner, and I'm like, how can I not have schnitzel?
If you're going to have schnitzel, you have it there. So what did you think?
It's good. It's not
okay.
great.
It's not rocking your world.
No, it's good. I'd order it. I've had it at other places as well too.
It's funny when you have something that you think is authentic, and then you later do have the authentic version of something, and your opinion of it changes 180%, 180 degrees, I should say.
Organizers say it took nearly 3,700 gallons of oil to fry. A Guinness World Record adjudicator. How do you say that word?
Adjudicator?
Adjudicator. Thank you. Was on hand to verify the schnitzel's measurements.
You say, call me the schnithead.
And certify that it broke the previous record of 1,212 pounds, so it blew that record away. And it was then split up into 4,800 portions and sold to attendees at the festival.
Yes, we put it on a conveyor belt and it comes right out to Schnitthorn.
Keep going. Do more.
What were you gonna say? You were gonna say something.
Well, so it's just a pork chop, basically.
Yeah, I don't know if it might be the tenderloin case. I'm not 100% sure what part of the pig it is. But yeah, it's like a fried pork chop or a fried tenderloin.
Yeah, I never really cared for pork chops.
Oh man, I do love pork.
I know, and people like my father loves them, and I like them only if they are incinerated to the point.
No.
That's the only way I can eat.
You got to get them juicy. All right. Well, anyhow, they made the biggest one in the world.
What cartoon has a character named Schnitzel?
That was Chowder.
Chowder, that's it.
And
okay.
Schnitzel would only say rattle, rattle. He never said anything other than that, rattle, rattle.
I was looking for that, and I came across something that says Schnit in the bathtub, so I'm going to
Go
play
ahead.
that.
Let's hear what that is.
I don't know what that is, but...
Oh, no, someone decided to take a shit in the bathtub. Not again.
You know what that was from?
What is that from?
That OxyClean parody. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
my God, that was funny.
That was very funny.
That was...
Where they add the dialogue.
Just take this effing thing right over here and rip this. Oh, look at that. Someone schnit in the bathtub.
Oh, no, someone decided to take a shit in the bathtub. Not again.
Not again.
I saw this story. I thought this was kind of interesting. A pair of panties belonging to Adolf Hitler's wife, Eva Braun, sold at auction for around $6,000 over the weekend.
Oh, geez.
The pink...
Put on the panties!
Yes, the pink...
The ones that I like, the pink ones!
The pink silk panties, embroidered with Braun's initials, came from a private European World War II collection. They were sold to an anonymous UK telephone bidder.
These are like bloomers.
Who also bought her, you're right, they are, they're huge.
Yeah.
Who also bought her white lace night dress for $5,000. You know there's some guy wearing these things staring in the, in the mirror. Yes.
Oh my God! You know, as obviously as staggeringly aberrant as Hitler was, with all of his little things like his all the weird, creepy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Him having sex is at the bottom of the list of things I want to think about Hitler doing.
Yeah. Auctioneer Jonathan Humbert said that there was perennial interest in items from the Nazi Germany area. In the same auction, a bracelet presented by Goering's wife, Emmy.
I got you something.
Sold for about $3,000.
Oh, my gosh. He been to Javid.
The gold-plated bracelet dated 1938 has a central locket with a swastika and opens up to reveal
a swastika on it?
A picture of Hitler, of whom Goering was a close confidant, of course. So there was a picture of Hitler in this locket that he gave to her with the bracelet.
It's right there. Too cute.
Oh, my God. Happy life. I actually said that phrase the other day. I meant it, and it's
the truth. Mm-hmm. Honestly, and you know when things. You walk in and you can feel it in the air.
Oh, Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
And then when I say it's because you're on your period.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You said that one time.
Yeah.
Never said it.
Is it girl things? What did you say?
My God. They turn into Rambo.
Yeah.
They turn into Rambo.
It's gonna get bloody. Come for you.
Oh my God. Kathy, what were you going to say? Oh,
Having used the feminine hygiene products, spit on us, baby killers.
We know it. It's so